DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just a habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah.
All right, we're good to go. So let's not waste no more time. The time is now 2 minutes past 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you happen to be in the Eastern region time zone, and if you're not, figure out what time you're in. Well, I'm look cute on TikTok. Oh my goodness. Let me say good evening to those of you logged in right now, listening on Vibes Corner Radio, biggest, baddest radio station in the diaspora. So for those of us who love good music and love good entertainment, that's where you need to be. I can guarantee you won't be bored once you log into Vibes Corner Radio. So you can Google search or whatever, because some people think it's Google alone. Yeah, actually is a search engine. So whatever you use to do your search, you can use that. You will find Vibes Corner Radio. Also, we have an app. You can download that as well. Waiting for the mic. Good volume. Good. Waiting for the mic. I don't know what that means. What that mean, brother? But anyway, so let's without further ado bring on one of my guests. Good evening, Akeem. How are you doing?
Hi, good evening. How are you doing? I'm good.
Good. What time zone are you in? I think your
Mountain
mic
Standard,
can sound better. Mountain Standard, MT something another.
MST, MST.
MST.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Um,
6:04 right now.
yes, so Engineer, talk to me. What I need to do? Lower the volume because me don't know what I go on. It sound good to me in the studio. I have on my ear. If you want me to use my earbud, let me know. My mic sound to you, Akeem. It low or anything?
No, it sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. And let me check the comments, see if anybody, because last week we had some issues. People are saying I can't the
Mm.
they were complaining sound hollow. So yeah, it sound any better now? Because talking to my engineer, him said sound hollow. Trying this. Yeah, I think I need to purchase another mic stand because this feel like you want Viagra or something. I'm talking directly into the microphone now, and he said no, it doesn't sound any better. So all right, let me carry on, stick off some of the whatever that is, and then turn up that. Trying to get it as good as possible. I wish there was a way, because I'm all right. Tell you what.
Yeah, I think I know what it sounds like. Maybe you're in a large room where
Yeah.
it kind of sounds some
So may I go
feedback.
eliminate that because I'm trying to turn it down, and let's see. Yep, adjusted that. So let me put in my ears and stop using the speakers because maybe
Sound a
but
little
if
bit
I do
better
that,
now.
then yeah, me not gonna do this. Okay, if I do that, then my TikTok people won't be able to hear.
It
All right,
sound a
right
little bit
there.
better now.
Good.
Yeah.
So you're saying the same thing as my engineer because you're saying sound a little better and he's saying we're good. So we're good right there. So I'm still hoping that Blazer will log in. Because I like a Blazer thing. But there's something about Akeem, and Akeem up on the show. I don't know where I go tonight, but a lot of been happening. I spoke with a couple of my relatives just before even coming on, and they asked me, so what's the show is about tonight? And I said politics, and them say, but well, on election gone already and done. And I'm like, not trust me. Uh
Politics never finish.
Yep. All right. So engineers, so one of these days we will do some more fine tuning. Politics will never ever finish. I was listening to a radio station last week and I heard um or it was a vlogger. I don't remember. Oh, did I say good evening to my TikTokers? Good evening, TikTok. I want to just share, like, me or somebody say if you hit the plus button, I don't know what that do on TikTok because I'm not really a TikTok person. Last week, Blazer was encouraging me to ask for Universe and Lion. And I think some of them do not forget Universe and Lions. But if you guys have some Universe and Lions that you just want to get rid of, I'll accept them. My assistants will get me the comments. So I'm gonna have to screenshot my eyes because may I see them, but yeah. So my assistants will send me them in a format where I'll be able. But politics is still there. So the guy was saying to the host that it seems as if PMP want another election, which I laughed to myself because I remember even Mr. Lindo that I've come on a couple of times. Every time I ask him, I remember one show I was asking him some questions, and every question I ask him say, "Tell Andrew to call the election. Tell Andrew to call." So the election call and why is it that it still seems as if your favorite term, can you actually use it, for me too? Seems as people are still crashing out. Why, Akim?
Man, defeat is not easy,
But it kind of
A
mixing
lot
because
of
the same people I see rejoicing sound upset at the same time. Because even me, you kind of make a job and you ask my youth, me remember uno in the election, so what make you still so upset? Is it because of the closeness where unlike the last time it was like 49-14, so that was like a blowout.
hmm
So the 14 that JLP lost, it wasn't a big thing. But a seat which is still causing tongues to wag is East Portland. And let me big up on my brethren Nidus because I am doing my job, and every time me say something, I feel like he's attacking me. Big up Nidus if you're watching. Because I remember when Anne Marie Vaz was the MP, there was this individual that used to drive around and wherever him see garbage or wherever it is, him take picture and him post it and him talk about it and him call on the MP. I remember one time he was even on a radio show and I had to call him and say, Brethren, careful because the world is listening. When he was talking about rat infestation in Port Antonio, and he said that if you just step out of one store, rat will dry away. And I'm like, bro, that not sound right. If I'm not from Portland and I hear somebody's on a radio station say that gonna make me think twice if I was planning on visiting. So everything that wasn't happening, they call for Anne Marie. So I'm doing the same thing now. Am I wrong to do that, Hakeem? Can you normally balance?
No, again, some of it going with politics, and another part of it is going to be, it's your
Right.
home. It's your home, and we we want the best for Portland, and we have to hold them to
Mm-hmm.
account. And if I always say, if you can't manage the heat, don't go into
Right.
the kitchen. And
I'm
it's
glad you
a
said that
demanding
because
job, and just the
I
same
have
with.
seen several
Mhm,
excuses. I think the first time I made a call on the member of parliament for East Portland, which is Isaac Buchanan, he is. He is. I
mhm.
think I saw a report, not think, I saw a report from the Observer. And they're saying something about rat infestation over by Case. And I said, MP, what are you doing about this? The first couple of comments I saw under my comment was, hello, it's just a month now since the man a MP. So, Akeem, is there a grace period? Like, oh yeah, just because they just win, you shouldn't do anything, and that is acceptable?
Yeah, well, cases are private is pretty much a private
Government
run
run.
institution. Remember, well,
Case is not.
government run in some sense, but they have their own autonomy to deal with things
Mm-hmm.
like that. And speaking from, you know, reliable
Right.
sources. So case more than likely will or have the ability to contract out pest control operators to get that under
Mhm.
resolve. I don't think the member of parliament really have much to do with that per se, but again, playing into the
Like I
politics,
said,
make
I
I
can tell
understand
you that the government
why we pull
do
upon him.
because I remember one I think it was a hurricane. Andrew Holness was the opposition at the time. And Daryl Vaz set up a
Hmm.
tour from the border, St. Mary, um for I didn't
Hmm.
even know, you know this, but I didn't even, that's that day I found out that Case had some land down at Buff Bay, like you're going up to Crystal Spring area.
Spring Garden.
Spring Garden, yep.
Yeah.
And I think they had
Hmm.
papaya and I don't remember what else, but I learned that day. I didn't know. They're like, yes, this is Case property,
Yeah,
this is Case one farm.
them do a lot of the last time I've been there, they did papaya, um, plantains at the time. They have some bananas, and they did a massive pineapple
Mhm.
at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have quite a lot of acres. They have a lot of acres. The land is adjoining to cocoa board. Cocoa
Mm.
board have a next piece to coconut board. So Jakra,
Okay, yep.
Jakra has a piece of place
Mhm.
adjoining there
So
too.
I remember Ronnie Twaits, Reverend Ronnie Twaits was the Minister of Education too. And we stopped over
Hmm.
Case. I think Titchfield did get some of it too, and we went up to Titchfield. But Case, like I said,
Hmm.
um Rani was touring that, and the minister of, and not the minister, the opposition. And I remember
Hmm.
the library over the East campus had some damage, and we did some shot for that too. So I know, and my thing
Hmm.
is, and maybe as I said, part of it is politics because the truth is, if somebody catch me on a good day, I don't believe half of the things that will level off at NP's feet is right. But then again is what the
Hmm.
practice that we have set, because there in the past there are
100%.
politicians that they painted themselves as Lord Jesus Christ come to help you. So you find
Hmm.
out that if
Hmm.
there's a fire, instead of people find the Salvation Army and the Red Cross to get some food and clothes, the first thing them say call the MP. Your
Hmm.
road one bush right in front of your yard. Gone are the days. I born and grew up at Natal Road, that's up by the hospital. And there was such time when it didn't even have to be Labor Day. But people had this sense of pride, and you didn't wait on a counselor
Clean up a
clean up the
yard for it,
frontier
man.
yard and all of these things. But as me say, the precedents are set where, some politician make it seem like, no man, me will do everything for you. I don't know if that's from campaigning and they sell something on people. Because even PMP a year say 2016, what got the election or gave the JLP the election was the 1.5 promise. And I keep on here. I don't know how true it is or if it's a rumbar talk, but I heard that there were people that weren't even working after the election was asking for their 1.5, which I'm like, okay, if you hear about taxes, PAYE, whatever, 1.5 getting back, and you don't work and you think that, That really make no sense. But so do you blame the politicians for that, Hakeem, where they paint this picture like
Mm.
I am Mr. and Mr.
Yeah,
come to help you? So
yeah, man, I hate it so much. DP is
Mhm.
unbelievable how much I hate it. We create this over reliance on them. We don't teach these people to be
Yes.
self-reliant so it can keep us in power. It can keep them in
Mm-hmm.
power. And it's a very bad practice, and oftentimes even things out of their remit, they have to now squeeze themselves or jump
Right.
through hoops to put themselves in a position to take that
Mm-hmm.
glory or that spotlight so people can say, oh yeah, he did this, when oftentimes they really have nothing to do with them, or really and truly, even if they lobby, it really shouldn't be them. Like, even like roads, like certain roads, that shouldn't be the member of parliament. Like, you can call a member of parliament to fix
Right.
parochial roads. Like, and your council just get for just float through. Your council just get for float through the wind, so
Yeah.
just float, not have a care in this world. So yeah, I don't like it. But here we are, and I think by the time I heard civics, them used to teach civics in
Mm-hmm.
school, and by the time I start school, they never did teach that. So,
Yeah.
that is something we think need to come back, even for a stretch of time again, so we can get the people educated, get these younger people
Because when
educated
I
on
listen to the
on
radio, and
on the
even from Barbara
roles.
Gludan days and Antoinette Anton, and even now, I think there's one person on radio, and me love give people them flowers, Simon. Several times I hear people call in and they will say, just for argument's sake, so I'm making this up now for the purpose of the conversation. I went to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital and the X-ray machine at work, and Simon is like, all right, so who you talk to from Ministry of Health? Nobody. So Simon is like, so why are you calling the show? So that is what I am accustomed to hearing, like people
Hmm.
call and boy
Hmm.
one wire drop down over one place, whatever, and the host is like, so did you call
Hmm.
JPS? No. Why
JPS,
you
right?
calling the radio station? Why you calling a talk show? Which Simon keep on saying, my show is just entertainment. Which yes, people. Sorry for those who have offended with my post and with my thing, but I do this just because I enjoy doing it, and it's just for entertainment. So when I hear people calling me, told me that I was campaigning for the Labour Party, and I'm like, no, cause me not get no money, and no, so me need a campaign. But just I do what me like to do.
And,
Right.
funny enough, like the some of the radio stations did take up that practice of, when persons call in, they'll reach out
Yes,
to
they're people.
these
Mhm.
entities
Yeah,
and
man. Especially
get
Emily.
some
Emily is
results.
one of
So
them. When I hear people call and they say, like, for example, they went down to KHPH and they needed pin for some surgery or whatever, and I was like, hold on, let me make a
hmm
phone call. Or if something just not sound right, like a while ago, just before coming on, I heard this lady on Nationwide complaining. First, she asked the question, "How much is it for a learner's license?" And they didn't have the answer, but then they provided the answer to her and told her like
hmm
$1,800. And then she said, in Mandeville, if you don't have 15,000, you can't get a learner's license. And I'm like, what? Does that make sense? But Cliff said that they're gonna look into it. But
Oh, oh no, the thing is, you know what happened with that? No, you have to do the driving. You have to do the
trust
paper
me, and
test
he was saying
to get
that
the
came to
to
me, but me
get the
say, no, what?
learners.
Let me just pretend like, but yes. So what happened is, which this is what I think. I don't have any proof, but I think this whole buying and selling of license started out with people who weren't competent in reading and comprehension. And they made some
Hmm.
offers to say, listen, me know me can't read, so let me just think. And then it just boil over into normal life where I don't know how true it is, but me not live in Jamaica again, so me can't say it. I pay for my two general license. The first one, me did have to pay. The second one, the examiner tell the person where they go to him on behalf of me. Say, listen, man, make him just give me 10 grand and then I have to worry about license for the rest of my life. With yes, I do have an open general license right now. Not that I can't read or nothing. And again, maybe it's because of some of the things we're going to talk about in the show. Yes, I have contributed to corruption, because that was corruption. You paying somebody for
If
something where you shouldn't have to just to get it is corruption. So
if I accept me, if me talk what me used to do with that,
is
I'm
that
going to
don't do
prison
it.
tomorrow morning.
Don't do it. I'm not gonna look for you. I'm not gonna phone.
But it's seriously a
Yes.
bad thing, like, especially that, like, and it's sad that people that can drive, people cars that are,
In-
roadworthy and can be
Going to that.
driven on the road with
Yep.
no fault. You go to the depot, you
And
don't
like
pay no.
again, I say I love to give roses as or flowers as much as some people, Even today, I was watching some videos to get some clip and hearing them calling me crow bait and all kind of thing. But that's all right. If you're older than me and you choose to diss me or diss my mother when I do your nothing or thing, then that says a lot about you. But I remember my very first car. I remember what did that my man up look on the paper and see. 'Cause sometimes when you buy a car, I don't know if it's the same thing. You get fitness on it and whatever, whatever. So I was driving a couple months and I'm like, damn, fitness. And I call Shaka for him and I say, yo, Bridget, you have no link down at depot? And Shaka said to me, I forgot it was a Thursday I was driving past police station and I call him. And Shaka say, what is wrong with your car? And I said, nothing. Him say the tires are right. I say yes. Him say the indicator work. I say yes. Say the what else? The steering I work. I say yes. Him say brake I work. I say yes. Him say go tax office pay you. I think it maybe was 2.5 at the time. Pay your money.
Mhm.
All you do go down there early. And that's what I did. So I've never paid to have my vehicle pass because even that I think is wrong. Like I just said a while ago, Akeem, you're on the road and your life is in your hand. You're okay with driving on some tires where or say the ball giant them lick out, but because want police bother you, you give one
Mhm.
man one money. And maybe it's because I get that from females all the time. Because this is how I look at it. Whatever amount of money the side man I got charge me to carry the paper or give the examiner. Isn't that
Same
a
amount.
percentage of me buying if I ever to use tires?
No man, are the same amount. Sometimes the amount of money. I tell you, man, money night
For
no.
people that fool that the same
No
amount
man.
can actually get you brand new tires or barrel giants, but
Well, the thing is, you have to remember, you can't have anything, and you go, and the car is still not go pass.
yes, because I remember one Indian one. Let me not say me that say coolie, but that's a derogatory term. One Indian one they done the one time. I don't know if I the only Indian one ever done this, so I'm not call the name. I'm just saying.
I'm
And
afraid enough, so what I got?
so it was only one Indian. Well, me just say my story. So
Yeah.
I went with my car. Nothing was wrong with it, except Akeem, the rubber never did on the clutch. I did my Mazda. I don't know if you know my green Mazda. And the
Mm-hmm.
man failed me for that.
Yeah, man, I feel it.
So me drive go over one of my bridge in our garage and me say, yo, no car there, me can borrow or take one rubber offer. And he said, what you want rubber for do? And me tell him. And he just make a phone call. And I say, yo, me I send back somebody where just the same car was passed that the examiner failed me and said no rubber never dip on my clutch. Which I bought the car without rubber on the
Yeah,
clutch.
no, no, Robert's supposed to depend, right? But Mr. People fail and call me and tell me some fail. I'm just like my have friend. I'm just call over there and say, hey,
Mhm.
the person will come back.
Which me glad you admitting all of that, Akeem, because I hear Simon being saying something, and now I hear people texting it back to him and he's reading it. I think I have the clip, but I'm using my phone now for TikTok. But he said that he's asking PMP really, and I think him asked Shaka for him too. PMP really I got die on the hill of corruption because for the last 3 elections, or maybe 4, that is the route that the PMP chose to take. Corruption, corruption, corruption. And I'm saying it hasn't gotten them anywhere, or I shouldn't say anywhere. It hasn't gotten them to form the government. So why they still carrying on this part?
You
Because
know,
everybody, to be honest, like you just saw a while ago, boy, if you should have been honest and said something, you're going to jail. And I just
mhm.
admit that, yes, me buy me 2 license.
No, man, remember when
So,
they lock up everybody. One time, they lock up almost every single smart down at the point, Them spend an entire weekend in the jail. Me they have Manchineal. Me have Manchineal police station now. I talk to them through window. Me tell us, me go court and look at them, them just look this like in a serious despair.
yeah.
I'm tell you
But,
that time, them,
but
me I
this is
hide.
where I'm going to beat the government because, say it's an easy
But
fix, Akeem.
in
This
some,
was
yeah, it is.
it's an easy fix. Just do it
But
like how America do. Like I even the other day, my son him got renew him permits, and we went in. Them send him in a one room. Him do the answer them on the computer. Come back
mhm.
out, pass, whatever.
Yeah,
So
but you still have a drive. You still have a drive with somebody, DP.
Right.
So
You still have to
so
drive with somebody.
there's still
A
places where
human
if you
element
don't
where you can no, but guess what happened? I don't know if you saw it. Remember, say, when thing there was the minister, Montague.
mm,
They know of the simulators, you know. So
mm,
even all of that, or everybody's now talking about AI.
yeah.
Have a camera linked to whatever AI and make AI make the decision if you
Yeah,
the light or
but
if you whatever, whatever, whatever.
DP, if me to be honest with you, easily, some days that examiner can make over $100,000.
Yeah, we
And they're paid well too. Them
yes.
traveling, oftentimes them live out of town, them traveling very, very good. So, me say all that to say, oftentimes some kickback roll through some places and all that
Mhm.
stuff bring it back tied into what you said about corruption. And one of the reasons why, and deep in my heart,
Mm.
when election time come, we campaign for the PNP and hope them win. But me never really, me really want to stay on corruption. And if JLP come in, if the role should switch, would I want them for hammer down on corruption also, because I think we lose so much as a people and as a nation
But so this is
through
my thing, and
corruption.
this is Simon's suggestion, and I agree with
Hmm.
him. He's saying that the PMP should tackle this winning thing on a different route. When they form government, then they strengthen. So, say for example, the IC needs strengthening.
Hmm.
When you form the government, then because this is what me I say, Akim,
But
I, and let me let the viewers know. For those, Akim is a supporter of the PNP. And so this is unsolicited advice I'm giving. Just
hmm
like what we discussed a while ago, I believe
hmm
that deep down in every single Jamaican heart, they know that they have contributed to corruption at some point.
hmm
So them look it and them as a boy, ewa. The whole of the stick the same knife or stick sheep, the whole of the same. So when you
hmm
come as this per whatever virtue and you try to make it seem like them people are alone corrupt,
hmm
it's like it don't make no sense. So me I say
hmm
find something else, and me I gonna lighten this because I love to use analogy. It's just like even I was born and raised in the church, and I've heard pastors, them a preach and them see all one girl come at the window, maybe one batty rider or whatever, and them start, you got hell. Da, da, da. And I remember one pastor said, listen, no sin and no need for you to point out them sin to them, cause them know.
hmm
Especially if you're a Jamaican. You know when you do something you're not supposed to do. You
Of
understand?
course.
So you
Of
don't need
course.
one pastor for you to tell you, say, you're bound for hell and you're a whore and you're did it. Like, no, there's a term where them say it's easier to catch flies with honey than with vinegar. And that is what I think is happening. I think the PMP is hell bent on using vinegar for try to catch the fly.
Do you think that them being like a certain watchdog or calling some of it out, do you think that has a possibility of reducing it somewhat?
No, because just like I may discuss, and I was going to ask you if so, I was saying we could use the government to be just strengthen up the whatever you like. No, so the issuing of a license even in America, there's still the human element. I think just listening to you, I think the only way we can tackle this thing is if everybody decides to listen. Me not spend a cent for getting a license.
Right,
Me not doing it. And that's the
right.
only way because it's already the examiner them done broke bad already or for make them money. So we
For
cannot do
sure,
no other than
what them, the lifestyle where them live now on hustling more than their salary. So at the end of the day, you
but
know,
this is what I'm saying. You won't have sellers without buyers, vice versa.
right,
So if
100%.
every single Jamaican, even with the passing of the car, you just tell yourself, say, listen, like again, I've done it. Remember, I don't know if you did know, me wish. And I remember it was at a certain people yard, and them asked them people them figure pass it. My car was a 5-year-old car when I bought it. Right?
Hmm.
And the person where them asked to do it, said them have to send, I think a $4,000. And at the time it was $8,000 to pass the vehicle. And the person that made a link for said to me, said to them, say, it's not an old car, nothing wrong with it. The car not even a drive. So why them want 4 grand for that? And them say yes. And me just make another call to somebody and them say, yeah, them will deal with it. Now my conscience tell me say, since me I get a link, I was sending it to my brethren and my brethren say, Ewa, Whatever you did, I go give me. Cause me tell him say, yo, do this to me. Me I can take half a time. Him say, me I send the person to somebody and just give him. No, to me, that is not me paying into corruption because me never did get one figure and say, me just feel say, oh, yeah, what happened? Me know say things kind of no nice at Jamaica, things depending on where they kind of hard. Me not have a problem if somebody I go take them time off, left them work and whatever. Me no mind give them a thing for that. But so to me, I don't see that as corruption. But me, I say, if everybody, and again, I was looking at it, now you go online and you can pay for whatever, which again, I guess this is cutting out some of it. I hear people
Mhm.
squealing the other day when the government mentioned that there will be Daryl Vaz mentioned, minister, that for a new vehicle, you're getting up to what, 8 years for not after you pass it?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
sure. I never really. I
Yeah,
think
so
we
I
glimpse
think
it
you
one at
can
a
get your
time, but never
you
really.
can get your thing for and the people them just start comment now. Yep, thanks. I can free up this. But yeah, them have this thing where I think when you do your fitness, it gonna last for 3 years, but it depending with the vehicle. And if it's a new vehicle, I think you get up to 10 years. And I hear some people arguing about it, and may I say, you see, again, this come back to corruption. Because me believes that the people that want complain about it, them have them link where at them link with the people that want issue the thing. So them see this as a blowout. So if a man I get 10 years, him now go come back every year if he give me a money if you go pass him vehicle. And I'm like, if you right now, if you send a 5-year-old vehicle to Jamaica, why that need for pass every year? You get
Well,
what I mean?
the vehicle might come from America still. More on them test. They have test them every 6 months.
The vehicles coming from America?
Yeah, man.
Why?
Because a whole heap of them they on the road in Jamaica we cut, put together, patch
No,
up.
man. Then there's the done, man.
Where?
Them days the done. I'm back
DP,
in the day,
me not ask you,
I'm
no.
back in the days, stop me at about when
DP.
that was a racket itself where you could have just man come up and just scratch up in car and thing and me hear
No,
about that
but I
cut
say
and join
a
back.
lot, well, still, trust me. Trust me, I'm telling you. I know people with send cargo Jamaica. A lot of cars that are going to Jamaica have been written off here. And most of them, me tell you, them go car part.
What year you talking about?
No man, five, them buy new cars, new car, them not buy new car or car mart. A crash car, all of the car, them, all the left and drive vehicle, we say I got Jamaica, then crash. A crash car, them buy.
Mm.
So it just depends on the severity, depends on the severity of the damage. And
Mm-hmm.
if you look on some of them eat tires like, whoa, because the chassis them bend.
Mm.
Yeah, trust me. That's why
Jesus.
a lot of them,
You know, it's funny I said that because I talked to somebody since day, you know. And the person said to me, say, them need for because I said something about my tire. One of my tire was slow leaking and me get it sorted out today. But I said something about tire and the person say them need some tire. No, them need for go turn them tire. So me say, why you need to turn your tire? And the person say, cause one side must have peel off. So me say, no. Once your tire is peeling off, that's indicative of something else. If it is it the front wheel? And them say yes. So me I said that have to do with ball joint and control arm. Them say no, they must either check them there or replace them. But that's really new car. Again, I don't know if you're a mechanic, but when me I say make sense, if your ball joint and your control arm
Mhm.
are right,
Yeah, man, normal alignment. Your vehicle need to align.
yeah, but no, you just I said no, the cut vehicle still like one. Let me
No,
try
I'm
to
tell
get
you,
some of this comment in here. I strongly believe Jamaicans should drive for them license. Um, too careless drivers on the road. But you know something, I don't know if it a change, but me know people couldn't even read or have a license and they never crash yet, you know.
yeah, man. I think one of the things we need to figure out is understanding that everybody learn different.
Yeah,
Everybody learn different, and we have to create an inclusive society and create systems where everybody can be a part of. Because if you don't, they will need to function. They will need to take part in
every
society.
six
So
years.
they're going to find ways, and with that, them, me know some of the best driver them women know can't read.
Yeah. So this is and again, sometime when you're exposed to things, it kind of change you. You know that where I live, the only way you need to have an examination done on your vehicle is if it's crash and you repair it and putting it back on the road. You don't have the I
Yeah, but
don't I do my license and insurance every year.
look,
And
I never know say, to be honest, I forget the vehicle get tested in some places.
But like me say, it's not all that because I think
Here,
Massachusetts them still do them thing and them
no,
check
no,
all the
some persons do emission tests. Some
emission,
persons
right? You
do
have some states where they
emission
push that
tests.
every year to and all of
But
that. But yeah, say
me never
my
test my
vehicle now
vehicle
is
here
what, like
yet.
8-year-old vehicle? And what is wrong with that 8-year-old vehicle? And again, the onus is on me. If me finds something wrong, me not
To
driving
fix
a
a
vehicle
vehicle.
where
Right,
something
you're
wrong.
driving at you're cruising normal speed at 100 and maybe 20 kilometers an hour when you convert the miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want if you're driving an unsafe vehicle.
That is my point. That
And
is
even in Jamaica, me not drive vehicle where because normally me used to drive fast. Me that go school in Kingston.
my.
I'm living in Portland, and some of the time me I do multiple rounds a day. So me that drive fast. My vehicle half it can perform on the road. Like I have to trust what beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
but
like
some
I said, I
vehicles,
think that was part of the mission to try to weed out corruption because
yeah,
and
I think it's good. I'm not gonna knock it. Like
and I hear
literally,
people squealing and saying no man.
yeah.
See, somebody said earlier they think the vehicle should be checked every year. And again, I'm saying if I just bring
It's
in a 2023 vehicle,
DP, not
what
say
a difference
bringing, not say
it
bringing. DP, nobody say bringing.
no,
Because
I mean
if,
I have to
as we
bring
said,
import from
but DP,
Japan.
if you, oh, from Japan, oh,
Yes.
when we're
No, man,
in
America.
bringing this these days,
Mm,
America, right? But me think like if you have a vehicle under 5 years, not imported from the US,
mm-hmm.
me not see a reason for test it like that. No,
Exactly.
because the thing is, no, should you have more maybe spot check with examiners on the road checking for tires and stuff? Because me hate when police check my tires. No
Mm-hmm.
police can tell me to turn my tire left or right. Me never get no problem. No, me not do that. Tell them
Yeah.
say I'm an examiner. But tell them straight up, you're an examiner.
Right.
So if you can't see it, if you can't see wire, that's your business. Me not turn my tire, me not turn on the
And
light.
listen, I agree with you because there are some careless people, and the ones them which me I say every time I hold my head, public passenger vehicle. Why do
Hmm.
people spend money on tire? You're
It's so
transporting
dangerous.
people. That is your daily life, and you're putting your life at risk on others. So, as you say, me agree. So now them need to bump it up and have more examiners on the road and doing more
Hmm.
spot check to make sure that
Hmm.
the vehicle them at least
The
appear
tires,
roadworthy.
lights, horn indicators
Mm-hmm.
working. And because me tell you, no tire is dangerous now. One night, one of my car, when I just start driving, I have a Sprinter, and I was dating this girl, and somebody hit their car. I may try run down this person, go down to St. Margaret's Bay area,
Mm-hmm.
and I never know some my tire bad. One of my tire bad on the inside. I'm go down in one of the corner, them and think the car good, and it was wet. The car just start slide.
Yeah.
Car slide on wire. Boom, bust my tire. But so that for say we have to. I think you say if the PMP should maybe try a different way. Yes, I think at the end of the day, I guess them for feeding the politics and leave some of the cause for for people like Jump and the Integrity Commission
Mm-hmm.
and us the people. Let them people bring it to our attention, and we the people do all for hold them to account. But I think
Yes.
sometimes maybe at this point focus on suggesting legislations,
Mm-hmm.
bring the private member motion, even though not put it on the books, bring the motions for how to strengthen legislations
Yep.
for reduce corruption versus maybe talking about it. Because, at the end of the day, one of the things that them suffer from is that person saw all that for PNP government as corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the persons them where them name attached to corruption, whether truthfully or not, them name just pegged to corruption. I have some people where
Philip
me
Farrell.
right, that name me that try skirt around, but when
No, but
you hear
him come to me because there's this running joke that Philip have 9 political life because it's like him just
no,
can't. And I've
some
heard
some
about as me never know about it when PG had to walk away because of the Shell scandal and a famous quote, "I shall return." We know about Kern Spencer, which was charged, cried in Parliament, was arrested and charged and got his case thrown out. We know all of that. So as I said,
yeah,
there's some
so
people.
like Philip Kern went out, and I don't, me to get some of the Cuban bulb. Remember when him that come through my yard, thief too, not thief bag, the first ever thief in my life. People are fool. The people them they were giving out the lights,
Mm.
and what I did was stand up and give them take the light, the halogen light that I was giving them, and they
Mhm.
were putting in a bag. I was just taking back out the same light bulb out of the bag and getting the white light for everybody in the complex. Because when if you remember, me live down on Mr. Barnett in that area. So
Yeah, man.
we just like give everybody me that give white bulb. I have the most white bulb. So I don't know if me them that to compensate for the amount of white bulb we take.
Yes, sir.
give, me give everybody like white bulb. But like those people, their name pegged to corruption, and maybe Philip Powell still being the business host, the host leader, and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I'm not sure if it harbors well for the PMP
It doesn't, because may I tell you that
to
at the term
speak.
when I hear from even the JLP now saying we should not, Daryl Vass said, we should not allow the PNP and Philip Powell to sign another deal for us, re JPS, because according to the JLP, is the bad deal of PNP sign, Powell sign, while why electricity is so expensive in Jamaica right now. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if it's just a
Yeah.
political talking point,
Hmm.
but what is the reality? The reality is the last time a contract was signed with the JPS was under the PNP.
Right.
So
Right.
talking
So.
about corruption. So I see drop their report,
Hmm.
and amongst the report, let me deal with the low hanging fruit first. Three councillors was recommended to be charged because they did not declare their what you call it, declare their
There's statutory
on time.
declarations. Hmm.
But the big thing which everybody talking about is that Market Me, Dr. Tufton. Let me
Hmm.
ask your take on that first before I even go any further.
The which one? The
Yeah, man, not
councils?
the council them. That, as I said, that's just low hanging fruit. That was part of it. Yeah.
From ever since DP, like that story come out with Tufton and all of that, I feel sincerely feel sorry for like the lady and stuff like that. Because oftentimes we all have relationships and we all try to get business deal out of with connections and stuff like that. You know, at the expense of the public, again, we can't side with it because it look fishy, it smell fishy. And it kind of hurt me for kind of see. And I'm not thinking can't say anything different. But
Hmm.
with like Tufton coming out and say like, him, he absolved him and all of that stuff. I'm gonna say, dude, like shut up. Like just shut up. Make it just be another 9-day one now. We just gloss over it and we keep it moving.
Hmm.
Because we're not gonna remember it. Honestly, we're not gonna remember it. But I think it
Because I
was
see people
it's
asking why they bring it up now, and Simon, I was just saying, listen, no, this was a report that was done, and the findings has just been sent to the Parliament. So that is
right.
back up.
Yeah, so it looked funny. I don't like how it looked. It looked bad, but at the end
But
of the
but
day,
what if? Because even
It
even
takes so long
Simon
to
himself
settle.
admitted that the Market Me was a good program.
Hmm.
And there's nothing in the IC report that stated that Jamaica didn't get value for money. Is it, the problem that you have and other people, is it that because, as the IC report says, the relationship or the friendship, as the Gleaner I think reported, the friendship was not disclosed? Is that the problem that you have, or the only problem, or are there other issues?
That it didn't go to public tender. It
Mm,
it didn't go to public tender. Um, and again, the relationship now get disclosed. And I kind of hate, myself saying this that we know how it run in Jamaica. We know how it going. For
mhm.
some reason, we need to have some of them stuff that change. Like we still have a lot of talented people out there, and it was a very good program, very, very, very good program. But at the end of the day, we have to go about it the right way. If we
Yeah,
demand,
but you see, again, everything what we I say, it's linked back, because I am of the opinion, again, me never in a central government, me never in a no government, no whatever, but I believe that kisses go by favor. And I also believe that for the 18 years that PMP ran Jamaica, There were people who, again, the allegations came
People
out
get rich.
in the election where even in our parliament, accusation by the prime minister was made against Bunting and Mark
I'm
Golden,
golden.
because it is said that they got rich in a time, the FinSac era, where people were even committing, unaliving themselves. On TikTok, so I don't have to say, right? Yeah. So there is some, anywhere you put it, kisses go by favor. You know that person, I saw that person, I get the link. But let me play a clip for you because I want you to tell me your opinion on this. Since we're talking about um undisclosed and nepotism and cronyism and whatever. Tell me what you think about this.
Coming up. And that's why I don't tell you everything about Boston Beach. But what I will tell you is that when I took over Boston Beach, nobody else wanted it. And that can be proven that the only person who put in a proposal to manage Boston Beach when the government was begging is 3 times them advertised it in the Gleaner, 3 times it was advertised in the Gleaner. And the only person who submitted a proposal for it was Colin Bell. Because you know why? The road did forgot at the time was in a deplorable condition. Because we are talking about 2015. Yeah? My lease at Boston Beach started 2016. Same year when GLP win. That is when my lease started. No road never there go out there. And I tell you one more thing. The beach at Boston Beach was a stony beach. Nobody never want it. It is a surf beach, so it's rough more times than not. Nobody never want it. I was on my way from Alberta in Canada. I had a layover at Pearson International Airport in Toronto. Sit down in a chair, cock up my foot on my bag, I doze off. When a mutual friend of the organization and me call me and say, Colin, need somebody to manage the place, man. We know you have the ability. And I say, all right. I call me accountant, same time from the airport, say, get a gleaner for me. And when I forward 60 odd pages what a proposal. The day when they said they're opening the proposal, the person who accompanied me and myself, we were the only person with the Almighty God in our midst, nobody else. So all I want it, come take it, because God give me it. Yeah? So I want to sit down with no bad mind self. I want no grudgeful self. I want no envy yourself. Sit down and envy me. A bad mind me. A grudge me. And somehow me forgive you because you don't even know. Somehow you don't even know a Boston Beach there. Where I talk. You just a follow politics. Yeah, I know I don't owe them no explanation. But for those who have been misled and them say ignorance of the law no mean you're innocent. So those who have been allowed themselves to mislead on a bad mind too. But the day will come when I go and get for cuss.
So you're listening to the voice of Colin Bell. He's the PNP caretaker for the Fellowship Division. He has the lease on Boston Beach, that's in Portland, Jamaica. I find interesting this for more than one reason, because it's partly that the president ran on saying they're going to free up the beaches and give back the beach to the people, which that is the call that the former MP for East Portland made, Anne Marie Vaz, which PMP have spinned it to, if that's a word, put a spin on it to say that she want the beach for herself. It was even mentioned in Parliament. I think it was in both budget presentation this year and the previous year, where Andrew Oles himself say, they're going to put back the Boston Beach into the hands of people, because currently As a Jamaican, if you go to Boston Beach, you have to pay $500 to enter. Every time when I mention it on social media, people jump down my throat and tell me, say, it's the cleanest beach and you get bathroom for use. Before that, that wasn't the case, blah, 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 blah. Again, Simon Kraskill has a model, which I think I like, because every time when him say, him believes, say, every beach supposed to be free, and the government supposed to pay for it, people ask, no, so where the money are gonna come from? I think bathrooms are at, what a part the name in a Kingston Alpha Tree. What part name, Akim?
The
Mem something another.
yeah,
Emancipation
remember.
Park.
Okay.
And they don't charge nobody for use the bathroom and whatever. And there are people who you drop up, which you're not supposed to, but you drop a wrapper, somebody go and pick it up. So I believe, and that is the model that Simon said, and I agree with it. Like, use the taxpayer money to take care of the beach. Talk about lifeguards, use taxpayer money for pay lifeguards. You know, so that's an excuse. But I find it interesting, Akeem, where somebody that ran in politics has a beach, but is president saying we're going to turn over all of the beach, but then he may not switch it to say is JLP want the beach for themselves, which don't make no sense. But the main reason why I play this clip, and I want your take on this. So should the candidate for fellowship declare the friendship, because that's his own words and it's not edited, it's not AI. And I don't know if you heard what I heard, but did you hear, just for clarity, did you hear him say a mutual friend of him and the organization called him?
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair for me now to take this and say, him have a friend where tip him off and tell him something? Which I'm own word say. What say you?
Well, he did state that there was it was advertised multiple times. I don't know the truthfulness of that because I've never seen it.
Dennis Chung's
But
position was advertised several times too. And I have the clip, I think I played for you already, where Ayman and Simon was saying it wasn't advertised until somebody sent it to them and them say, oh yes. Because nobody was paying, even when the farmer, what name, Bailey, he had applied. And I think they were in negotiation, and then Turks and Caicos called him and him said, boy, you I better me
mhm,
jump and whatever, you know. But so enough time people not able to
yeah,
see whatever. But
s-
the
right.
question
But
is, can we view this as to say, I'm friend, link him up?
yeah, it's that's I kind of want to be careful, especially. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. As somebody that have managed a beach myself
Mm-hmm.
and have association to a lease property that is a beach,
Mm-hmm. And this is
it
just full disclosure. You don't need to do it, but it's up to you.
right. So full disclosure,
Mm-hmm.
my mind is kind of different to the running and the operating on a beach and a beach property, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I know sometimes leases go up, and oftentimes people don't go after the leases. And again, sometimes you have connection again, say, hey, the lease I post couple time, you don't want it. Or you have people say, hey, this place I go a cut up, or this area you want it, you know. I've known properties that have been offered to persons elsewhere, not on the eastern side, but on the western side.
Mm-hmm.
So and that is true connection, right? That is true connection. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna doubt it. But he should declare if somebody help him forget it, if there was any help given, it should be declared. I don't think necessarily to how we know the system, like if you go by yourself, and if you go by yourself, more than likely you will get it. If you go up with somebody, oftentimes other things might come in play
There's a comment
for you
here
to
saying,
get it.
lie you a tell, Bell. So the person is accusing Mr. Bell of lying.
Yeah,
And
you
you
can't go
know
down
why
the
that
road
is
there.
not hard to believe, Akeem? Shaka get that beach
16, him say, him lease
2016
sign.
January.
Mm-hmm.
Which party was in power?
PMP.
Okay. So should we really just be naive and say, nah, man, are good because he make up all of the excuses, Oh, the road never thing and the ray. And when you matter about the surf, because again, full disclosure, I used to do news for TVJ. I remember the opening or the reopening of Boston Beach because Dr. Wickham McNeil was the Minister of Tourism. Good man. Good art and everything. You remember them time Damon Crawford was his state minister? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and I remember they had the function on Boston Beach and recording in that for news and all of them good work. So it was there
Oh,
for
when it reopened.
yes. Because remember they
Oh.
had this project, the PMP had this project where Boston was chosen, but there were several beaches in Jamaica where the TP Deco
Mm-hmm.
spend the money to refurbish the beach them and then them
Oh,
actually
so hold on. May I ask a question? So them fix up the beach and then lease it to him.
yes. So hold on,
So
because
them,
even
so
that,
them
that
spend.
was misleading when you hear him talk about it was stony and that rubbish. Well, I can't say rubbish. Misleading. The
Yeah, me know it's a surf
PNP
beach. Me know it's
fixed
a
up
surf beach,
that
so it never really
beach in
like.
2015.
Eh.
And like I said, it's several others. Maybe if you do a Google research, we'll tell you. And like I said, Wickham McNeil, TP Deco, they used the money and it was several beach they actually remodel. It's not Colin not spend a cent down there. Colin get the beach exactly the way it is right now, with the bathroom facilities in place, the
Mm.
gazebos, the removal of the rock to make it usable, and again,
Mm.
full disclosure, which maybe I'm gonna deny this. Yes, Miss Abel, I know you watch the show because people tell me say you're back on something where you hear me say. Remember, I remember I should ask that a question. The first lease that you went to a bank, was it an NCB? Me no remember.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Tree and pay the money order and then carry go to TP Deco. Because you mentioned, say, are you and the personal loan go sign whatever. Who were with you that day in that bank when you gave, I think you used some US as well, and the person was testing it and even asked the teller how them know the difference and she explained. Who are you did in at the bank that day and who are you went down to Crossroad down at TP Deco for earning your first installment a check? Tell the people that. So anyway, Akeem, like I say, I did that story for
Yeah.
TVJ, the opening or the reopening of Boston Beach. And you can don't have to take my word for it, because one thing Damien Phillips not do I try to tell lie. Worse with the day and age that we're living in, where you can go find, do the research. So were you of the opinion, Akeem, that he did all of that on the beach that we're seeing now?
Yeah, man, I think I'm putting some work down there. I think I'm putting some work.
No,
Think
no,
all like fencing
no,
and them
none of that.
something going.
None of that. None
Mm.
of that. Like I say, everything that is on the beach right now, in terms of, you just alluded to
So
the
the
fencing,
so the
the
question so
building. Go ahead.
the question I would then ask, and to be honest, in the half answer, personally for me, what else want to ask, like no little linky never help you for push the lease forward for ensure so you get it, like none whatsoever, like the
Well,
scotch free where I just the process of the process, meet all of the qualifications, everything and all of that stuff. No.
Well, you heard him, and I can play the clip again. He said when he was in the airport waiting, a friend of his and a friend of the organization, which I want to assume so that was TP Deco. He never said the organization, but again, I know that the lease went through TP Deco. So a friend of the organization and a mutual friend of his called him and said, Bridgin, take a beach, the man, on the beach, blah, 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 whatever. So, and then him call his accountant and tell himself to put things together. Let's listen to his own words, because I like technology these
Coming
days.
up. And that's why I don't tell you everything about Boston Beach. But what I will tell you is that when I took over Boston Beach, nobody else wanted it. And that can be proven that the only person who put in a proposal to manage Boston Beach when the government was begging is 3 times them advertised it in the Gleaner, 3 times it was advertised in the Gleaner.
So let me pause that to clarify. So again, The project from the PNP 2015 was to redevelop, whatever the term them use, renovate several beaches in Jamaica. Boston luckily was one of them. And that is it, because it's supposed to be, government never really want to run it. But they use the TPD money to fix up the beach, put in all of the amenities, yeah, all of that, clean up the rocks, them where I'm alluded to, the gazebos, all of them, something that the fencing, all of that in place, right? And they wanted people to basically lease it from them. So that is what he's saying.
Well,
Nobody
to be
know.
honest though, DP, to be fair, if it went to public, if it went to public and he met the qualifications to get the land, I don't really have no problem with that. If it go to public and nobody never had a bite on it,
Mm.
may because one of the things too we have to look at is oftentimes people Boston Beach people maybe have done this study. I'm not sure how profitable Boston beaches are, where the lease, how much the lease and all that stuff costs, how profitable it is to run a beach at Boston Beach. Because growing up, we never hear of it being like a real swimming beach like that.
Yeah, man,
I know
always surfing.
mostly
Yep, yep.
the surf people and go there. Because I've never been to the beach. Like I've never been to Boston
Mhm.
Beach one time. Yeah. So as I say, if you go to public or whatever it is, and him did feel like him want to take the risk and do it, have at it. Because you can't lose up money in a beach running. No. Beach, it take a lot for run, especially if you run a free beach.
But that is it. It's not a
It take a lot.
free beach. I remember
No,
one.
no. As me said, no mirror say it
Yes,
charge for going there. But
yes.
but it's
Even
speak mess.
Boston people made a big thing about it. They said, no, no.
Yeah,
I would have like when Cartel it said, me not pay for crossing at all. Forgot me hard. So
yeah.
Boston
And
people
I
made a big
think
thing.
like there have been times when the beach I'm associated
Yeah,
with.
man.
There have been time where frustration coming just by, you have the beach open to the public and the people them just not take care of it.
Yeah,
Them come in, them bring them food, whatever it is, them not support the establishment, but then they leave them trash.
yeah. And then you have to clean
Same,
it up.
same, you have to pay somebody to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
Then them want to use the bathroom, them come in free, them things and they're supposed to use the bathroom free.
Mm-hmm.
Them want to
Yeah,
shower,
but
wash off, them things that them
these are the
supposed to wash
things
off
where
free.
I would want to say Mark Golden was campaigning on, and the suggestion that what's it called it made. Simon. He's saying that
Hmm.
instead of, say you're on a beach, instead of me coming and use the beach and have to pay you directly, you still manage the beach and do whatever, but it's free to me as a Jamaican. Me can go
I
go
think I think I
me
think
done
beach access. I think beach access should be there for people, for citizens of the country.
Mhm.
You should be able to just walk on the beach.
Yeah.
Like when I've been in conversation where as I was saying where I started, the
Mm.
frustration have built up many times and be like, man, we should just lock it and start charging for coming in. And then maybe people will change or whatever it is. I'm saying no, no. Because I've personally said no. Just based on the mere fact that I've always believed in access to the
I
beach.
like,
Like me as a youth growing up, remember the days of walking on the train line go to
yeah,
beach.
remember that too. The thing what me like. Me like the model down a Winifred.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can have somebody there, just even have a box and say, listen, people can do contribution. Me not like you have to pay for enter one beach something. It just it feel wrong on all levels. And again, because we all know and talk about Barbados, I was fortunate enough to go to Barbados. You cannot, even if there's a hotel on the beach, they have to have a little side where the citizen can walk down to access the beach. Some believe in a free beach.
Winifred, why for me, I think Winifred requires management, whether by UDC or otherwise.
I think I said TPD could buy UDC, whichever one. I one of them.
Okay. So if why I think like Winifred should be managed by UDC or something like that, there should be a certain standard to the facilities.
Yeah,
Winifred are one of the nicest beach in a
I agree.
Jamaica, in my opinion,
I agree.
right? And I think sometimes when they leave it up to the people, to
I
the
can tell a
regular
story about that
people,
too. Can I have all one
is
Italian lady we have vested interest and don't want the government because you're the lie with them tell. Say the government want if them rich people for sell them and put hotel down there. So we now can go up on the beach. So that Politics don't matter.
No, as me say, like that is my thing. Like we can't be so against development.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can't be so against development,
And
but
this
at
is
the end of the
interesting you
day,
said that, Akeem. Sorry for cut you. And we have I don't know if that's a comment or a question. Couldn't be the enemy link him. And then this one say yes, because License Beach in St. Thomas was one of the beach them that was rehabilitated. Yep. See, I'm not making up story, people. No can go
Mhm,
and do no research. But again, and I got this, it's still fresh. There's a video that Isaac Buchanan, the member of Parliament for East Portland, put out, and there's somebody outside, because sometimes you need outside eyes to look in. I don't even know where the guy is from, but I'm sure he's not from Portland. And he pointed out that, listen, that stretch of land in Prospect, that it's claimed that them are trying to run off the fisherman them. The brother say, yo, the amount of bars that is on that stretch, more bars upon it than boats.
mhm,
But them come out and say, oh, the government are trying to run off the fisherman them and they don't know where them are gonna do whatever and thing. And again, people, if you're not familiar with the stretch of land, there are some nice establishment on that same area. But what triggered me a while ago when you said that, Akeem, I'm saying again, back to Shaka Fame. Colin have this idea where I say, listen, the whole of that area there, it should have set up like some other places in the world where you have people them yacht and all of that, them want come into a harbor like that. So you may need to relocate some people there on the beach as them a claim for 15 years, 20 years or whatever and stuff. But
mhm,
I believe that East Harbor is being wasted.
mhm.
It should have nice, some decent, you know, I think, let me try and see if I can remember Shaka's plan. He was thinking of like having some rich cottages along the way. And you
So
can imagine
what
what that would do for Portland and Portland too.
one of the things I think we always fail to do is that, and we have to be careful, especially seeing that a lot of these people, this is where they've made living for an eternity.
Coming up.
Mm.
And that's
I think
Right.
we I don't think anybody have brought a master plan to Portland. Nobody have brought a master plan to Portland that we can say, all right, people,
Mhm.
this is what we're trying to achieve. This is how we can do it. A few proposal. This is how we can do it. This is persons that will be affected. Where we're going to put you.
Yep.
What facilities we're going to give you. I have people buying. I've always believed that I don't believe in a strong arm approach because I always believe like me being in management or when I was in management a lot, I've gotten more success by incorporating everybody and make everybody feel like
Yeah, man.
them own a sense and them own a stake in the
Yep.
planning of it.
Yep.
Right? So I think like no in terms of like 3D rendering and all of that stuff. You can't tell me say you can't develop one nice 3D rendering and put it over the pier and you bring everybody and start meet with the fishermen. And you
Mhm.
say, all right, look, we have to expand. If we take prospect, what if we set up that area right across from Chililian Phase 1C, right
Yeah,
close
man.
to
You know what the
Almond
area
Tree
I
there,
thought.
so
There's like another
right,
like arbor looking space.
right.
Yep.
Or what if we go to Almond Tree
Mm-hmm.
and over the back piece of where Miss Crossgale did there? What if we set up a nice fishing beach with a nice fishing plaza and whatever it is, and show you a whole change at the town, right? So we set up a area for some restaurants, we set up a area for some bars and
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. And hey, we might still be able to run some bars along because you have some places, different places in the world where you have like a strip of bars.
Yeah, man.
But instead that be like some shops or
You
whatever
ever
it
been to
is,
New
a
Orleans,
more
Bourbon Street? Yeah.
right, right. So it become more attractive, right? So it become you have like I think Folly's wasted, right? So I think like the big cruise ship, I think that's big enough to hold the big cruise ship. And
Mm-hmm.
if persons can come off of the ship and drink with the locals and then come, I'm not telling you to put rooms there because it's not a swimming beach.
Right.
So I don't really like the idea of rooms there. But at the end of the day, this is my input. And we could get input from them. We could get input from Shaka. We're having plans. We could get input from the other people, and we have the stakeholders. And we have this grand master plan for Portland, to
Mhm.
transform Portland. But everybody feel
So
included. Nobody feel
this is
disapproved.
this is what I think. Because sorry to my viewers that we're actually dwelling on Portland, but me and Akeem, that's where we're from. So we are gonna talk about, them say Pastor christening Pitney Fuss. So that is where that kind of thing. I believe that over the years, Portland has been neglected. And I them something I remember that talk about. This is why I was
Mhm,
happy when Anne Marie actually won. Because I see the monotony being broken. May I say, like, I think both parties have neglected Portland.
mhm. No,
That is my
the people
belief.
might
That is
find
how I
chamber
know
of
there was
commerce and all them
never a
something.
big. And again, because Portlanders, and I grew up and hear people say it, and I witness it for myself. Them, they're so easily satisfied. Like when we go to school and me or some man, who them used to say, "Yo, the big man them like you look a school girl, cause all they want a phone card." Like, not the man not did if you say, "Yo, Bridging, I need XYZ to go grocery shopping." Like, no. One little school picnic not have them the kind of need it. You know what I say? Portland kind of come in that kind of way. They're so easily just basically maybe even just some talk, some nice talk, and you win them. Nothing like you said, put in place to say, let's do this. Because even all right, remember I would share that when PJ did run one election, the arbor, or not the arbor, the marina, it's still not done yet. It was supposed to be 3 phases to that marina, and then did open it. So that's why the other day when me hear the PMP, the matter, me just laugh. For the whole center must all know, they must have 4 months now it open, and nobody no moving yet. And I'm like, yo, right in a Port Antonio, it was supposed to be a 3 phase thingy, and phase one, and PJ open it, and I'll know it not done. But me agree there, bro. We need to have some stuff. But what is it that the people really want, Akeem? That I think what me I say, cause most of us who want something, what we end up do leave,
But but at the end of the day, DP, we leave because we not see no real hope.
and that has been happening for years.
Right? We have the same people. We had the same people in the chamber of commerce
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, which stop a lot of growth. And I
Progressive.
think, to be honest, all politicians from both sides have serious vested interest in Portland,
Mm-hmm.
and I think them deliberately keep it that way for their own interests. At the end of the day, Portland have the most expensive land in the country, and somewhere somehow them lock up and tied up. Sometimes when you see little issues start come out, like Sankobe, I guess GJam that recommend for do some work at Sankobe and all that stuff. Me
Mm-hmm.
see all sort of different people from different class and walks of life rolling out of the woods and stuff like that. We live up in the hills of Sansan and stuff like that. We come for 1 month a year or 2 months a year, and
Some of them
you
just
know the,
weekends.
right, and them get the biggest say in the
Yeah.
operations of the place. And that's what I'm saying, is that
Let me tell you a
as
story. You remember Sue Cobb? I
no.
don't know if you're old enough to know her, but she was the U.S. ambassador in the 90s.
Mm,
And I remember I was part of Portland AIDS Committee, and we wrote a proposal to get some funding from USAID. And I think it's Pegasus we went. That's the first time I learned about J Flag. Because
hmm
I was sitting in a room, and like all of the group, them did have them name. And I look across and I
hmm
say J Flag. And I'm like, I asked the Peace Corps volunteer, what's that? And she explained. I'm like, okay. And this is about maybe 96, may I tell about
I'm
90.
just born.
Oh wow. So, anyways, Sukab, she was a, and she said, where in, no, it wasn't, it was one of her assistants. It wasn't she was there, and she said, where are you from? And I said, Portland. And she said, we're in Portland. And I said, Port Antonio. And she said, like, be more specific. And I'm like, no, you won't understand. And that lady said to me, trust me, let me surprise you. Me and my husband own a piece of land up by Goblin Hill. And when we retire, that's where we're gonna live. And that was an eye opener for me, because after that, now me start getting interested in my parish and more thing and thing. And somebody said to me, you hear them talk about say, oh, Portland broke on the money in a year. If you want to see who roll into Portland on a Friday evening between 6
Yep.
and 8, go down a first and last and just chill out.
Yep.
And on a Sunday evening between 12 and to see the vehicle them that roll in and roll out.
hmm
And I'm like, yeah. So what I learned is, and this is what the lady said to me. She was an American white woman too. She said, we love Portland because we don't get to rub shoulders with tourists when we go anywhere or go out or stuff. And I'm like, isn't that ironic where white people who is not native, not from the country saying, and this is how I coin it. I say, listen, there are elements that they don't want no big development for Portland because it's their hideaway.
Yes.
And them getaway. And them, like the lady said to me, them want to walk downtown and not rub no shoulder with no white people. With
I'll
no
say
tourists.
people don't understand. Like Portland might be one of the only places where a celebrity might come
Yeah,
and
man.
can walk
Yep.
through, and people
Nobody
see
not
you,
run
and
them down. I
maybe
know.
people
Yep.
maybe see you and hear you and whatever it is. But if you're not stop for like engaged persons,
None of
you just
business.
all go about your
Yep,
business.
that's where I trust me. I want a story. I remember the last show Beanie Man did up at Titchfield. It was a Christmas night. I bought it. They put on a show. I don't remember. Anyway, so him the dung Beanie come to Portland early and done a KFC, and I heard that Beanie was complaining because him a like people now run up to him and I say beg a picture. I don't know like that. People are saying, "Yo, Beanie, what going? Like you're just a one of us kind of thing." And
When
yeah.
when I obtained one story I had personally when I obtained, like I me being at the beach and stuff, I see a lot of
Mm-hmm.
entertainers and stuff. But I was in the town one night. They had a concert, like a gospel concert, and I was standing over by the Shell gas station, and I
Mm-hmm.
obtained literally walked through the town
Yeah.
and come up and person see him. And he
I
was
didn't know.
so me think he was maybe so shocked. Him send him guys them over for give us some CD. We as the guys that were standing, give us some CDs. I would just put up my hand and just be like,
Yeah, man,
all
yeah, them.
respect,
Yeah. We know you be.
the aliens. But nobody move off of them square.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
You get what I'm
Portland
saying?
thing.
So I think and persons know like Drake, 50 Cent, all of them
Yeah.
big A-list celebrities from the
Remember,
US.
say Portland, you well again. I have to tell you because as you just said, which year you're born, bro. Remember, say Warner's brother used to die Portland regular shoot music, shoot video movies, and all that. So Portland was always used to
Right,
celebrity. So
right,
them the celebrity stricken when them like I'm like yeah we
right,
know all of them. I remember in the
right.
90s when I think it was Boydsman come I made it up. The girlfriend at the time they were telling me about me if you follow her go up a Dragon Bay. I say for what? She want to meet Boydsman. I said nah man. Nah, come.
I'm telling you, like no, my wife would have like surprised. I'm telling her, when I see celebrities and stuff like, Mr. Who? Run off of who? Mr. I come from Portland.
Not
I'm
happening.
telling everybody, Mr. I come from Portland.
Not happening. So more information here, because like I said, I wasn't making it up. This is a project of the government 2015 amount of 2.2 million for each beach. At over 8 of them, or that's an over 8 of them. That is a lie. These beaches should be run by the parish council, not individuals. So again, just some proof to my statement that, like I said,
Yeah, and
PNP was
and
the government. They
Ricardo.
rehabilitated several beaches in Jamaica, and as the figure here at a point of 2.5. So, people, you hear Mr. Bell and make a plain voice again talking about you have been deceived and you whatever. Akeem a while ago as a Portlander didn't know that Shaka did not invest no money into to Boston Beach to bring it to where it's at right now. He got it like that. Film lease, which can't tell
But
another.
I'll say to Ricardo is that you see government things being run by government sometimes is a recipe for corruption.
True.
And and it pained my heart to say that because would I love to see state run these places be state run. But it's a breeding ground for corruption, and
Amen.
oftentimes we the people suffer.
Not only
Right?
corruption, just mismanagement too.
Right. No,
Because
but
and
that to
then
me
sorry for your
that
bash
to
your
me is
party, sorry for your bash
Mhm,
your party, Akeem. But when I listen to like a John Pollock on radio, and when he's saying that, and I think Julian was saying it to the other day, and even Mark Golin, Iman keep on saying it. Oh, since we have money and we have surplus, them need to do this and give this and give. I grew up knowing PMP as the party that remember me. I have this discussion where you say you think that the
mhm.
government should have give every Jamaican a born peace island, and I'm like, no, I don't really agree with that. So we have been fed this diet of saying things that run by government should be free and everybody should just get. But at the end of the day, it costs and the money have to
But
come from somewhere. And hold on,
Right.
but the next thing is, which this is something I'm guilty of. Even if we are run business, how much of us really pay taxes and submit our whatever annual something, something, something?
Mm-hmm.
We don't. So I'm like, isn't it wrong where we want everything from the government? This is why when they brought in, was it PJ that brought in GCT? That was one of the best thing. So instead of just have a few things on tax, them just have this general thing and just
Blanket.
tax everything.
Blanket to
So it
widen the
trapped,
tax net.
yeah. So that made more sense because
I
as
may have,
much
may
as was
have a
happening,
problem
the
with that
working
too.
class, they were feeling the brunt of it more than anybody else.
Yeah, but may have a problem with that too because as a society we lack opportunities and
Mm.
may feel like it kind of disproportionate where we have an uneducated nation, we have a low skilled nation, but the people that don't have it, and it's unfair, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest, my mindset is unfair with this, that the people that will make it, like people like me and stuff like you, where we earn more, I think we're supposed to contribute more. And it is a delicate approach because sometimes it encourage laziness
Can I
and
just say something disagree?
it encourage people not to be better because
Remember a
them aim
point.
for
I have
some.
a brethren in Canada, and I remember the first year when we did just migrate. This was what 2016, and after the election and stuff, I was doing my show 2017. This would have been now. No, it was not would have been. It was 2017. And I remember one night I was saying that I agree with Ben Carson because Ben Carson was saying he was in charge of the Section 8 houses, and him say section government housing is not supposed to be comfortable with cable TV and whatever and all of these internet and all of these things because people it are going to encourage people not to
They're
want to
supposed to
leave.
get out.
And my brethren called me and he was upset. Him say, I can't believe you believe it. I agree with him and think. I say, bro, let me tell you something. Because this tax thing not nice. Seeing? And when I know that people who they don't work, they don't pay no taxes, but they take 3 hours long shower. That is at my expense. Working people in America now be it for half an hour, 45 minutes. Because you know, say, is either your gas bill that I go up or your electricity bill I go up.
Yeah, like the people
See?
in Jamaica where T flight will run AC
All right.
straight and me
Them
can't
run
run
AC,
mine.
fridge and everything.
I'm
Flex
have
people
I'm
weed,
have
them a go road
I'm
and
have
let
to
everything
pay
play
I'm
same
have
way.
to pay me have to pay my me have to pay more bill
That is why me disagree with the point
when
where
me I
you
turn
say.
off my when me I cool on my room and then have to sleep with the fan afterwards.
Exactly. So you put in all, and I always likeness to this virgin. Check out the household. Me don't know if you used to do your parents that. But you're not buy toothpaste, you just grab it and squeeze it. All the other day, me I say, boy, me need to come out of this poor mentality now. Akim, my toothpaste are done around a week now. I mean,
No,
I want
DP,
to
like
slide something, then I slide it. I mean, squeeze till you reach a point where I take off the cap.
yeah,
I'm
man.
like, me not dashing when none of
No,
this.
the thing is, like, for me, like, but tell you the truth, like, I don't know, sometimes it's a trauma, but we never have no trauma because, and I like, we grew up struggling, but
Right.
certain things, wasteful.
Yeah.
Like, my wife, the soap reach a certain place,
And that
and
done.
she
Not
thinks that,
used.
she thinks that she need to get a new
A
soap.
new one, yes.
Me, I
Yeah.
say, well, what is this? What you mean?
And you're like, I wonder if you know that there are days when we like have the three
Look,
small pieces and put them
last
together.
night, she have some face cream.
Mm-hmm.
I me get a haircut. I'm say, "Alright, me try some face cream." She have the moisturizer. She give me some moisturizer. She said, "I'm not throw away this."
And
I'm
you're looking
looking
like
at the
somewhere like,
bottle.
this not done yet.
I say, "What you mean?" She said, me use a little bit and rub on my face." And she said, "All right, throw it away." I say, "Mad." I say, "Me have about 5 more use out of this."
Boss, I don't know if you can recall the toothpaste, but in the 80s, 90s, I don't know if it reached to the late 90s, early two. But
When I cut the
like how
toothpaste,
Colgate used to make from one metal kind of material. It wasn't plastic. But that you could literally roll it. It little stiffer than this, but I like a metal.
mm,
So you could roll the toothpaste thing, like roll it, and it stay in place. And what that would do is squeeze down the toothpaste down to the part for exit. I remember doing that, and when I reached that stage, Akeem, we unroll it, open the thing, and then push with toothbrush down
yeah,
in
man,
the
you have a cut the toothpaste tube.
Yes.
What you mean?
Yes. But me,
Just
I
like
say, so the people them know, and this is why
yeah,
I differ with you because I'm like,
right.
people who it don't cost them, they don't conserve. I remember my father dead and gone, so me can't chat him. Me used to have to come home hours a night and lock off the outside light and turn off the TV because the TV was watching him. Because him need a paying a light bill. So and then you hear the excuse. Oh, me leave on the light for you and I want heal me the lift pan. And me I say, Bridget, no, you're not help. Because which part the light there, by the time me I see the house and I see the light, me don't reach. So me used to use my phone light for go up on my hill. You know me I say, so I'm like, no, you're going to bed, lock off the lights.
Yeah, but DP, the reason why, because I still know that people are there that just never get the opportunity.
True.
And those people are the people I feel it for. I think the system, somewhere, somehow, I believe in a social system that, but these people are, is it like similar to how Section 8 housing work,
Mm-hmm.
where you get a certain amount of it paid, but you have to do like some work and pay some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe say it should be that like limited. Like,
May I can agree with that because even the path, I was saying this for years. Like, I feel like the government, even the same social security office, them need to set up some kind of way where you're
mhm,
incentivizing people for do something, not just come
for
collect
work,
free
yeah,
money.
right. I think like even path, like how would I do it? Like, yes, you get an incentive, but you need to work. We give the businesses maybe some tax incentive to hire
For hire,
these
right?
people,
And you're going just
right?
like when we see people do retired people, they go Home Depot, whatever, and them work like a 4 hours a day.
Like me have the farm sometime and you can't find workers, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Usually you have to go to the people should in like one job bank,
Yes.
and you could have go and you say, hey,
So
I
when
have
them come and
availability
apply for the path, you give them something and say, here what? Somebody condition them, whatever. Because enough, like I'm thinking, we can have something like even run at the library. So just rearrange the chairs. So let me not say
hmm
clean the bathroom because some people would have looked down upon that, which me not see nothing wrong with it. If you're getting money, like, yeah. So but just rearrange by each chair now after I put them and pull you up any
yeah,
government area where like
do some,
time.
or you should be able to bring in something and say somebody sign off that you come volunteer some amount of
Even that.
hours and
Yep.
stuff like that. The hospital, you go up at the
The
hospital,
hospital,
you
the infirmary. Yeah.
right. Youth service did something like some. I don't know if them still doing it, and this is one of the stuff where I think PJ they do and really did respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I made a look forward for it to like growing up, going to prep school and stuff like that. And get a little chance when we can go home later. And my mother now look.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go up a youth service, and a lot of people like did a help out, and them a volunteer.
yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
guess when them go college, them get some amount of subsidy,
Ah,
some percentage off,
yep.
right? And I think that was good. So even when Pimpy the other day that say, every person going get certain amount, I don't believe if it just get up and just randomly give
May I agree. We can agree on
give give that. I'm gonna think so they don't have to necessarily work, but I'm thinking they're supposed to volunteer.
that.
I think they're supposed to give back something to
Yes.
to society, just in case them finish and then help the person behind them.
True.
Because there might come a situation where them go through the system, them the idea is good that them going to be the first in family and then going to help the persons behind them,
Mm-hmm.
but you need something to guarantee that
Oh,
this
that's the
person is
Damien Crawford
contribute.
project.
Yes.
Okay.
You need some to guarantee that these people are being productive and contributing to society,
And there's
right?
something else too. I remember one pastor did say it. Pastor, I don't remember his name now, but they were asking why is it that they sell Bible, and the pastor said something. And me say yes, it's so true. You used to print business card and give them out, Akim.
No,
No, well,
not
so
really.
I've done that several times, and me print my business card them and give. And if you give somebody a business card, and you're talking to them for 5 minutes, and you see they start fold it, and you know that I go reach in the ground, but in the trash
hmm
can or a ground, and I'm like,
hmm
oh, I'm spend so much money for do all of that. And
Yeah,
a lot of times when people get things freely, they don't cherish it.
right. 100%. a
So
hundred percent.
you understand? So me agree with something. It costs you somewhat, not just free. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So back to what Mida said to my friend here, Ricardo,
Mm-hmm.
is that the beaches, until I'm still have a problem because me just don't think we have sufficient amount of patriots. Because to me personally, as a person who run business, maybe I'm in a business all my life, I don't think me think if private sector can make a profit, and run an efficient business, a government entity supposed to can run an efficient business.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Well,
takes
they're
some
not
people with
supposed to, but
care,
me,
and it takes some people
I'm
with
against government running a business. Me like government for set up what you call it, like the everything we need to get the business up and running, get rid of the bureaucracy and all of that. But
uh-huh.
because it's just the truth, bro. Like, I mean, think every country is like that. Once it's a government, look at even efficiency. When you're going to one business place where a private own, like most time just the attitude of the staff different from you're going to one government business. Because for one, they must say, yo, a government, so you're supposed to wait.
But but
And
but 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 you
why?
get to the problem is that like we have to accept this, and at the end of the day, we use these government services, right?
Mhm.
Why is not there a standard, and not just because it's government that we don't have a standard where these people have to keep up with?
Mindset,
Why we
bro.
don't have a standard where yes, like healthcare, free healthcare, okay. Are we at the place where free health? To me, when free healthcare come in, I feel like the people, the people at the hospital stop hearing, because they say, well, you're not coming free, no,
Yeah.
right?
They have like a donkey, a minocure kind of attitude.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like you run these organization and you run it because of your money. And we have these managers and general managers and for them money. So them spend, them sponsor this, them sponsor them for an event,
Mm-hmm.
them throw these elaborate staff parties and stuff like that with no real drive and strategy to sustain these business and run some efficient business for it as a
Mm-hmm.
people. Right? There's no reason that, again, we as citizens supposed to get as tax-paying citizens, or even just citizens that we don't care enough to give with fellow countrymen quality service. And this is where corruption again come in, and that's why I'm saying this is the danger with running these government institutions.
Yeah.
It's because we have people who again think about ourselves. You have places where people run, like man, me know one cousin did the other day when him that run water commission. Me say female water come. And if you want water in the community, you have to go to a female, go get water. And
Mm.
water pass the whole for people and have water.
But how that work? Can me can't see how that makes sense.
Well, because people in a sense to chop the pipe in two.
But what me I say is because no water, electricity, the same thing. Or if you have the same line and the water pass my house, I mean I get no water, but it
They're
reach
not
you.
getting the water fight.
How?
But we mean how? We just a serious, we just had a serious people. We're joker.
As me
Because
said,
that
most of
can't
the time
work.
just the logics to it. Like water come through a pipe, so you have a 4-inch main or a 8-inch main or whatever,
Yeah, and they come
and
up out
then
of the house.
everybody connect pan that. So all the water that reach in the house, the way reach pass and go.
Yes. But these are the things where again, people don't want the pressure cut. Yeah, use the water again, cut bossy pressure, we are going in line.
Oh, okay. Somewhere
Right?
like
But these are just how we operate
mm-hmm.
in the country. And people maybe not see these things as corruption. Them something like corruption.
Yep.
We are our own downfall. Sometimes, we blame government, sometimes yes. But sometimes we, because we have the opportunity, oftentimes we get the opportunity and we come in our position where we can create a difference. And instead of we create a difference, we
Just
make
stick
it
to the
worse.
status quo.
Me, when me left high school, before me tell people say, oh, go fix your vehicle and carry a depot. Me like when you have problem. Because when you have problem, me nice.
Yep. And that is what you just talked to a while ago. Is this where you see once I'm benefiting from something, there is no problem. The
That
problem
and
is
that
when I am not
when me not
benefiting.
benefit, and that are the problem that we have to change. And that's why me kind of make some conscious decision now. There's certain things me not really interested to do.
Yep.
If a policeman stop me now when I'm at my age now, give me the ticket.
Yep.
Give me the ticket. Me
Mm-hmm.
not give no money. Give me the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Before a police stop me, me nice, because first thing first, you see me that drive a Sprinter, when me that drive a Toyota Sprinter, me 19, me 17, me get license when me 17.
Mm-hmm.
Me get my driver's license when me 17 in Jamaica, me I go school. Them stop me left and right, man.
Mm-hmm.
They stop me left and right. Most time, me get to come at school as I start tell them about Jesus and all that or something. Then get a night and run, me go. You see me start drive the Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
The man them stop me, ask me if me okay. And when
Yep.
they stop me, they ask me if I drink.
Mm-hmm.
Wagwan, Red Bull, tired out of
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Wagwan,
Yep.
bossy. We just stop if you ensure you're good, But you
Mm-hmm.
can't left something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I now have my seatbelt, man ask me nothing about seatbelt.
I'm wondering if that kind of changed though, because I see the JSF boasting about the quality, the amount of doctors within a JSF now. This is
Man,
unprecedented. Like,
anybody in a St. Mary, they're not to be a police.
that's peace. Afraid of you. Akeem, so your thing is, I hear the PMP saying, well, Colin Bell saying that um the minister should resign. You share that views or
Tough than we have to start accountability and me wish PMP the coming so we can start with accountability upon them.
Mm,
But irrespective. But man, not even to be honest, DP is like between a rock and a hard place. Like, yes, I think the right thing for him to do is to remove himself.
mm,
Because at the end of the day, we know how the system work. Him not gonna sign up paper. Him not gonna get himself none of that. But we know the influence you have, right? We
mm.
know the influence. And we know how it work. We know how the system work. And we know how it happen.
But Jamaica constantly voting for Tufton as one of the better performing
Because
men.
him have the best. Him have the best
So
public
why
relations.
move him? And again, this is where and maybe it's my bias why I
Mhm.
can't see things certain way. But my thing is, and me not see nothing wrong with it because right now, if I have something to do in Jamaica, me I gonna make some call and me I gonna call who me know will get the job done. And I feel
But
like
DP.
maybe me shouldn't have said this because somebody could have record it and maybe a couple of years from now, me feel like man go down go run. Because even my mother said that to me the other day, say, well, me can never go into politics. I'm like, yeah. But may I say, yeah, tell me now, me know you know agriculture to the T to
Hmm.
a certain way. Yeah, tell me say if me did end up got on one council, say for the fellowship division and want get certain project off the ground, me not gonna call you Akeem as a friend and say you're bridging me I go write a proposal and thing and me want you to run this for me. So it's not
But
because you're the problem I have, and maybe some people are gonna use this as a talking point. If me I go just say, Akeem, write one proposal or write one request for get a thing and no say you go put in for get $1 million and then you not really do no work. For example, every councillor mayor said do this. You have some every month where them go collect your people are collect for clean drain and bush and thing and then do crap. I have a problem with that. But I am saying if I want your expertise for work on a project as a friend, which me know say, for one, you're not gonna let me down. Because if this flop, obviously me flop. Me I go draw for you.
but
And again, the standing orders, because I guess this is I'm going to play the clip. And I think Simon went there. Tufton didn't do anything wrong because the project worked. The only thing is he did not disclose the friendship as clean up thing, the friendship with. So it's not a case to say him couldn't give the person the job or do whatever to make it seem like a him get the job. Because that is how them reporting it, like a him give and a him pay, which we know that ministers don't angle the finances of no
yeah,
minister.
but we know how the influence. We know how the
Yes. All me
influence
I say
work.
is what wrong, what apart what him should I do? If him should I just declare if say,
So one of the things where I'm make like your point, I'm understand the point 100%.
mm,
But when in the grand scheme of governance, DP, I think there are a lot of talented people out there, and oftentimes they don't them not get the opportunity because people block it out
but here I'm gonna
for
trust the PMP with
themselves.
that. And again, people are gonna cuss me, I don't care. Shaka
Hmm.
Fame and him alien them. He was one of them calling for local contractor to do the junction road. And I've lived to see him same one come back and bash the government for that stretch of road.
Mm,
Yes.
yes, me know. Let me
Me
tell
have
you
to
the truth.
keep with him and say, no, you can't just get check and do the local
You
man
see,
them have to thing and for benefit. And then he come around back and I say, why they never did give it to people? Because right, which
it's
company
like
now would you trust? If you are gonna do say you buy one piece of land up in a mill bank and you're gonna do some road and you have endless amount of money, which company in Jamaica right now you that get the work where you sure say you're gonna get value for money?
it's trying to man them.
Of course. So and that was my thing. I'm like,
And
why the sense I go just because here me agree with
me,
because somebody did mention I think I'm like it. Just like even with the East Road, what them do. So China Harbor still get the thing and then the subcontractor
them sub
is
it out.
local. And me don't have
Me
a
never,
problem with shadowing and learning and all of that. Me not have a problem with
me
that.
have a problem with it.
Why what the problem you have with that?
Me, because I don't trust them. I'm sorry, people.
We
Like
not trust the
people,
Chinese?
people. No, I'm not trust me. I'm not trust my fellow man them right now with work.
But
My people,
no,
my
no, no, no.
people,
Pick a
my
side. Because
people. Hold
right
on.
now it's all like you're up on that
No,
shit. Because you're saying
no.
you have talent and then get the
Yeah,
opportunity.
but then, but that's the problem. I tell you, but before, I'm glad me did talk about it earlier. I
Mhm.
say we are our own downfall because we're corrupt,
True.
and because of government money, we not think so. We not think so. Our fellow man again drive on the road.
We just try to do everything to get as much as we can squeeze for
We
pocket
get
off.
all tight. Like when Andrew they announced it, say how it a go break up with check and they are go sub it out.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, me man, call my father right now behind the back and ask him. Oh my course.
Yeah.
Me tell them say this can't be good. Me say
Mm.
have Junction as an example. You can't. You see, so that's my thing. Like, and to be honest, me not even like the Chinese work too. So me tell you now, honestly,
Mm.
me not like the China man that work now. Me like the feel. You see, the German man that build
No,
the
no,
road
no.
from.
That I did the boss. That I did the boss.
You see that road there.
Mhm.
Now the China road them wave like Boston Beach. Them full of wave and full of. Me not speak on them road there. Me tell you the truth. Me not ask. Me
Wow.
tell you. Me see the man them go through Port Antonio when the man them did do the Port Antonio piece.
Mm.
When they run the sewer, then they run the sewer
Drain
and
and
stuff like that. The road never do good. Me not
mm.
see the chat when the man them do Hagley Park. Me live off of Hagley, me have an apartment off of Hagley Park Road. When me go down and say wavy, me say what is this? Constant Spring Road wavy. Me
So
say how the
this
man
is
is still have a
saying here,
contract.
Market Me did an excellent job. The Jamaica Moves initiative that they proposed was very successful. It was even being adopted by, yeah, I remember a
Other
couple of Caribbean
Caribbean,
countries.
oh, 100%.
So
But
this is again,
Valentina, hold
Akeem,
on,
and this is why
Valentina.
I like reason with you.
Let me
Because
respond to Valentina directly.
if we get value for the money, why are we making this an issue like how even my
The
lady
the
from North
process,
Breeze or
DP.
whatever did I ask about who the man asleep with all of this?
DP, the process is important, and oftentimes we let a little slide, and then a lot go through the door, and that's why I say we have to get the process
No,
right. It's
but
not
this is the point. This is the point I'm saying, Akeem. If you did have one sister, I mean like your sister, and we have moved couple times, although I'm married, but when more and go Dubai or whatever, because we have that little understanding, I'm bring. Yeah, tell me, say, because me and your sister move, you again, me I go use agriculture. Me can't
mhm.
gear work because of the link, because something bad I go come out of that.
That
Although
is it, DP.
you're doing the
Send
job
it
that me ask you to do for the Jamaican people, get value for their money.
as much as me like it. We have to get the process right. The process is important. And you know why I say this? Why I say this, DP? Let me tell you why I say this. Oftentimes, you see private companies may figure out how we can put this the right way. Like we've bid on contracts with private companies,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been successful because we come in at the better price and we deliver value for money. And what happens when we deliver for value for money is that, and we are go up against the big companies, all of the big companies. And what happens is that after that, we secure long-term work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get places where now bid, we get work based on recommendation.
Right.
And as some poor youths out of Portland, these opportunities will get a chance. If this was just to be based on friend and company,
Mm-hmm.
we maybe wouldn't get a chance to showcase for work.
So I hear you. And this comment came in earlier. Corruption is a social problem. Can't
Mhm.
stop.
But you see, that again are the problem. It's like people say perfection. Me have a problem. It's like when me hear a woman tell me say, she can't be perfect.
Mm.
Me have a problem with that. Camille already thinks that she accepts that she can do something and tell me say,
Idiocracy.
me
They have
can't
to strive
perfect.
for perfection. You prefer that?
Yeah, man. Yes.
But so, all right. So this is what me I think when Mary I talk a while ago. And I just remind myself that I've gotten government money. But the people I'm in charge, I tell me straight up, say, Ewa, them not gonna pay more than that for that. So make sure say that. Or they got some bid already, but again, because I've done work for them, they know exactly where them I go. Then tell me how much we put for my proposal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think Jamaica is the only place that them something that happen. Me feel say
No, I
everywhere
don't, I
in
don't
the
think so.
world.
Maybe totally agree with you. But
So
again,
again,
make
and
it
I alluded
right.
to
Make it
earlier
right.
in the show, what may I say is when PMP are try paint this picture like they're a paragon of virtue, as a term go, which way I say, yo,
No, man, me call out to them corruption. Me
here no
fire
growing
upon
and
them too,
none
you
of
know.
we and miggle.
Yeah, man, me burn fire upon them too, man. Fire burn upon them, man.
You
At the
understand?
end of the day, them should have to stand up. You see, facts say they can't stand up.
Mm.
And when people call them corruption, they say, "Oh, me not corrupt."
It's interesting you
But
said that because again, back to Shaka Faye, my years I'm the radio talk. And I remember one man, big man calling one Saturday and him say, him American accent and everything. And him say, young man, I've been listening to you, but you know, Shaka start with that Saturday morning in the on Styles FM. He start with all of the corruption, them, and he has this thing where him say the Andrew Onless administration is the most corrupt out of every administration combined PMP and JLP. So the older man was saying, bro, you're not helping because if you're pointing out and the only thing you say is this administration is more corrupt, oh, that help Jamaica because you're admitting that the two of them corrupt.
yeah,
So how is that a good thing to you for you to be saying, boy, Ewa, you me corrupt, but you corrupt more than me? Like,
you know more paying people do. And when we think people with me, we take them serious. Come truthful and say, hey, we do some things, and
you're not gonna find that from me.
but and again, that's a problem. That's why
PMP
sometimes you
coming
can't
like some
really take them.
woman where
That's why sometimes you can't take them serious.
yeah.
Like, me believe if you want to start anew, you have to change. Be like, hey, we have messed up. We have people in the party with do some corrupt act. And to be honest, me kind of trust Mark that he would do something like this. Maybe the others him
And
need
so
to
now
get
you
rid
have me
of.
start the show again. Here why me don't trust Mark. I may discuss this
Ah,
on here and
cool.
half year. When I hear the
Mhm.
PMP coming out and say him is a clean man and integrity and all of that, and we spoke about this. If Andrew did do what Mark do and put all him something them in a trust, we wouldn't be having this long drawn out thing from the IC, which me go play the clip where Simon has said how much money them I get per year, them don't weren't worth it. Because
Mhm.
what they come up with, couple councillors where pay late, and then we did have Mama D from down so where did sell the Benz, buy Benz, and we're not getting value for our money.
Yeah,
We're not.
me kind of agree somewhat there. In that, me not think the integrity commissioner. To be honest, if them a do them thing here and then I have the power and the government for blame too, like
What power
PNP,
they not have?
JLP, for charge and prosecute
No,
people.
no, 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 no. So
They
Kamika,
can
whatever
recommend.
she
They
want,
can
they lose her
recommend.
job what
Re-
day. What was
I
she?
think they can recommend. They can recommend.
No man, them have she was the minimum by term now, but something like the
Direct
DPP
director of
of
corruption,
prosecution, yes.
corruption and
So
prosecution. But no, still
her
recommend.
thing
They have to
was,
recommend.
as remember, I think this was 2023, the early part. Remember when them come up with the thing with Anju and I say something about I'm constituency office, and her thing was the time frame, the statute of limitation, it wouldn't amount up to. So that's why them never charge. Shaka lived on that. And it's like she's not. She never. Them never said they never find nothing. And this is what Simon is saying. For example, with the Anju only situation, you dig, you dig, you dig, you dig. You say you not find nothing. You spend 31 million to get somebody from Trinidad. You call them international forensic, whatever, come and search. Up to now, Jamaica don't know what was in that report. However, it cost us $31 million. And then now, instead of you charge, you make a recommendation for you go to the FID after 3 years. And I've been saying this from the get-go. And when me used to call Shaka, me tell him, Mr. Bro, here what happened. Because I've seen Andrew maybe say hi just as the Prime Minister, me I do news. Me not want to brief him nor nothing and stuff. If something is there to be to charge him, charge him. anybody at all that if they're just like with the Tufton thing. When I
So
hear
they
people
can't.
calling now for his resignation, I'm like, for what? First and foremost, this is 5 years ago we are talking about. And secondly, show me where him waste the taxpayer money. From your now do that, Bridging, people are going to sleep
So
with who them want to sleep with, and people are
so
gonna all
hold
this
on, DP.
for the work where
Just
you
to clarify,
value.
the integrity commission really and truly can't charge. They can recommend charges. They can't
Bridging, me
charge.
say the woman, Kamika Smith, whatever. She no
Them have
recommend no nothing. The investigators, which is whether man the name might seem like him just have a
so
thing for the
all right.
prime minister.
Let me read from this. The integrity commission in Jamaica does not have the power to charge people directly. It can investigate, refer, and recommend charges. They
Oh,
have investigative power and referral to the Director of Public Prosecution. If after an investigation the Commission finds evidence suggesting criminal offense, it submits the findings and recommendations to the DPP, who whether to lay charges.
yeah, but even that what me I say is when the investigator name why him the Andrew case.
Kevin something.
Evan Stevenson. The man not even make no recommendation for charge Andrew for nothing.
Right.
So, and that is when me I dwell upon, because let me know the criminal part of it, they have to refer to the DPP and then whatever. But I am
Right.
saying him still a job fall short. That is my opinion. Because everything when I read, all I'm finding, and when you hear what them call it, partial report or what that reach Parliament for?
Special report.
Special report. Waste of
Basic,
taxpayer money.
basic my thing. Basic my thing is that if we is serious about corruption, to be honest, maybe all the people in Parliament gone to prison. To be honest, every one of them, 63 did it. How much councillor? 200 and plus, or whatever it is. Everybody gone to prison, man. And unless someone really want the country reach, you know.
And again, you're actually making my point for me. What we start the show with, what may I say is, I believe if PMP stick on this corruption thing for the next general election, they're going to lose. Them have to come up with something else if them really want to gain power.
Yeah,
Because
just when I think to
a while
maybe
ago, with you saying that 63 member of parliament right now, and if we did really serious about corruption, they wouldn't they know which part them there right now. So
you know, me give my political ads and put on my political cap and stop put on take on my Jamaican cap for a while. You see, this is PMB I keep talking. You see, if we're going to win the next election, we really and truly if we stop care about corruption for true. Now, people know business about corruption from.
but bro,
Just come.
so that
Just
would have been 25 years. Because remember, say JLP has won 4 out of the last 5 election we're going, you know.
yeah, man.
And the PMP has been on this corruption.
Yeah, man. So then I learn. So then I understand. Look, you can't save the world, PMP. PMP Jamaica, you can't save the world. Right now, if we want state power, give the people what they want. They may lose because they may think saying could have when in their East Rural and stuff like that, in think and Portland, and thinking could have give people what him want give them.
For them what, yep.
You need to give the people what they want. The people want some nice promises. Some nice promises.
So you just put on your political hat. Let me just be provide reference. And to learn that honesty is not the best policy. Because remember the December when him call election, when they said on a Manchester, brace for bitter medicine. You never know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And what then do? Vote out him backside. So Andrew was one of the shortest, has been one of the shortest serving prime minister from September to December.
To December.
And he have learned him lesson because me talk with some labor right and they must say, boy, we really don't want him call election, you know. This was from maybe late last year, early this year, and I say, just call it and thing. And me, I say, but no, the man learned him lesson because he still had a year, that year when he made call election in December, you know. But people are saying, oh, you need your own mandate and da and all of them kind of something. Yeah. So I'm calling
it. Man, learn. Fool me one share, man. Fool me, what's this? Fool me one share, man. Yeah. So
you
that me tell PMP.
So even this time, he make it go right down because at this point, I say, well, if left me lose,
me take it down to the last.
Yeah, the last one.
Man said the last.
Said to me that calling the election not necessarily means that the election it have to be a set date, you know. him could have did call it for a time further than when him call it, which that would have been chaos.
Right,
That never made no sense to me.
right, right. Money ain't finite, you know, as much as people think.
Yeah.
It
So,
take work for resources for running them election.
but you just
But
a
for
while
true,
ago, you said something that them need to give up the next 5 years. It seems as if them still not learn because even now,
no man, low the
even
corruption, man, low
even
tough
my
stand,
Buchanan
low.
man I know say boy Iowa, no, him still a push him foolishness.
Well,
I'm like,
him just over. But I think paper give the money right now. I just him the on a folly of him one. You know who? Remember me talk. Let me beat the party hard and all too. You know who? Me wonder how him come back as vice president. Norman Scott.
Made have the clip then line up, you know. So
No,
let me ask you this before you
me
say that.
can't
Shouldn't
believe.
he resign, step aside to go clear his name? Because the judge actually ordered today that he'd be fingerprint. So
Yes. No, but me say like how him like when them kick out who then kick out again? They kick out Donna Scott Matley
no, she
and the
opted not to go back.
yeah man, but I mean you know you get to me saying
No,
she move.
not because of your party. Me nah gonna make you there here and
All
mislead
right,
me viewers.
cool.
They never kick her
All
out. She
right,
opted not to
all
go
right.
back.
So Natalie Nita Garvey is
Mhm.
now the vice president in replacing Donna Scott Matley, who stepped down. Why is it
Who did not
that
seek re-election?
right?
Hmm.
Why is it that Norman Scott never follow suit?
I know what is happening. So they were well aware because here again on the outside, you see this wrong and strong that we learned from up north. I think they're playing and toying with that to say if we make him whatever, more people will throw the weight behind him. So I want stronger image that him gonna look. That is what I think. It's
You
like a
see, the thing is,
psychological game.
them not have the look what the JLP have. Them have to understand say them is not bro God. You see the things the Labour get away with, PMP used to get away with it. You in opposition, they can't get away with it now.
Mm.
You see, when you're in the government and you can fix two road and you can cut two ribbon,
Mm-hmm.
people will gloss over your follies.
Mm. But
But
when you tell them
now,
big promises, you're saying that may come back and bite
yeah,
you.
man, you can't go make promises and you try hold the government to
I
account
feel
and
that
you have somebody
electoral
with
was a
box.
slap in the face because remember that accusation came out from September 3rd, the general election. So may I say, why name him as
I was surprised. I didn't think it's going to see value and bring.
well, you must know, you'll know that more than me. I was just laughing to see that okay, it's a Mia, and every time I hear people talk about Spanish Town is nothing good. Whether
Right.
the cleanliness, the road, and nothing, but
So
him
that is
and
my
then he
thing. Like,
decide to leave and go all the way down there, so go run, and I'm like, make it make sense. Like,
yeah, that never really makes sense to me.
never made no
But
sense to me.
hey, it never really makes sense when you turn. So sometimes, like you have to make concession at these political spaces and stuff like that. I'm not sure where in loyalty they lie in terms of like the one PNP Rise United
Speaking
thing.
of that, what is happening with that councillor down at Westmoreland, Chang?
Yes, so we could talk about that. What go on the so? Because I hear something yesterday.
So the
And
bottom line is PMP saying she's a Labourite. So
that go on?
yes, them not trust her. So that's why Vaz is trying to get rid of. Then that's doing Vaz, by the way.
But how can the general secretary said, do not have the meeting,
And them still like pursue with a meeting.
and you still pursue with a meeting?
Yeah.
That's why they didn't want to get rid of doing Vaz now, you see? The minute them bring him back,
It's saying
he start make problem already.
And yes, again, and at your hypocrite party because he's one of them that the IC the charge. But them just gloss over it and say, no, the man, I did some mess up with
Them
vote date
a practice to leave the corruption thing alone, DP. A training ground.
But bro, you said something a while ago. Me I say, bro, unless you don't mean a party no good, because you say if them stay upon the corruption. No, first you say you wanted them to stay on the corruption.
No, that are the Jamaican me.
Oh, okay.
Politics
Because
me. Remember
I'm saying I shouldn't be giving the unsolicited advice, but it's clearly show for the last 5 elections that ran, PMP lost 4 out of the 5. And they have the same. And again, me always I gotta remember it. May God rest, make him soul rest in peace. Bloomfield. I remember after the 2016 election, when me go up there for record him for do the thank you town cry. Him say, listen, man, you know that they did consult the PMPYO. And when they were coming up with strategies and said they're going to tackle the house, the young people said no, because the hosting people are going to say, yo,
So I
bad
say,
mind.
for me,
And
I
people finish to
personally,
run with the hosting anyway.
look, me say, there's this man on the thing, them go by Turbo Trout,
Mm,
Garden Robinson post sometime in I think there, them old lawyer man.
mm-hmm.
And one day I say, Sir Robinson, remember, the man, take me on, so me not call him Sir. Call him G.R. Robinson or some bulldog.
Interesting.
So me know say you upset since Rise United challenged Peter Phillips to the party. And yesterday, me see him post some. I made that take him on again, but sometimes camera, me not have time to waste on them. But
Mm-hmm.
the him going say the people whoever Lloyd B. Smith, I guess wrote an article or something saying like blaming Peter Phillips to the 2016 loss. And he's saying that was Portia. I'm saying no, this man and Peter Phillips are good friend. This little man, this little old man and Peter Phillips are very good friend. Because at the end of the day, them did so want to get rid of Portia.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go up on that hosting, I mean here, you know, I mean them a talk about leave Zara Burton to do her job now. Zara Burton that do her job.
Why you take
Tell
your
the people
run with it?
you passed consecutive IMF tests at the time. And you already know if you come out, the data reduce, you get ready
You're saying
for
everything that because I
come out of the
Bloomfield said to me, say, I did must say one more. Me remember what him say, but him I say, me I say, so what make they never did a talk that said them something here to say after this is tata to the IMF, them kind of thing. Why they weren't saying those
exactly.
things?
I think at the time I like 15 or something like that consecutive tests. The PMP passed. I mean say, yo, you run, and I think at that time the meter,
Yes, it was a 2016 election.
I'm tell you say, me maintain say, if JLP get this JLP, you give JLP the government on a silver platter. They can't do no, they couldn't do no wrong.
Yeah.
And at that point, you know, even in my delusional state, like a delusional woman, say to myself, say, PNP are there in opposition for a while.
Very long time.
Because at that point, Jamaica economy are recover.
Yeah.
Jamaica economy, they're the place now where everything set. You can start do capital investment and all that stuff
But
in
me
the people.
confused, Akeem, because I still
Mhm.
hear Colin and Hyman saying that the country now no money. I even hear a theory they're coming up with now, and I hear a couple call as well because I hear somebody mention this on Power the other day that what happened was the PMP them organized. So the messaging, I same thing everybody I say. So when you listen to a Paul or I mean a John or Buster or them Neville, whatever, them people, what them call, I same thing them I say. So they're theorizing now, saying the report that came out that say we only spend whatever amount of the public what it's supposed to spend. They're theorizing now to say no, we don't have the money for real. I lie them I tell. But yeah, people have said the government, and we saw that even with the running up to the election, where may I say, okay, PMP una kind of confuse me because una say we have the surplus where we can spend now, stop pay down the debt so fast. But then on another hand, they're saying the government don't have the money where they say they have them broke. So me confused.
You see, government is a balance. I know some amount of
Mm.
economics and stuff like that. But to my understanding, like even though I think we still run trade deficit, so we still have a certain imbalance there, or with debt is still high, but with debt to GDP has
They cut
shrunk.
it, well, they have cut it in half. It was
Right.
140 something now. Yeah.
We come from a 150 or 160 something man,
Yeah,
though
man.
with a
It have.
we projected for hit some good numbers.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, like for me personally, we we now a better place. And to the credit both governments,
Mhm.
we have, and the people. We oftentimes we don't give ourselves enough credit as people. That we put up with a lot. We put up with a lot, and we suffer a lot for
Mhm.
reach our reach. And me just hope, like my hope is, when it all said and done, we will benefit. We'll benefit, and the government will put in place, and we'll have stronger legislation and stuff like that. So no government can just
And
get
just
up
come
and
and
just
run with it like we're
run with
already
it,
existing.
run and do whatever, run with
And
it or
that is
whatever it
something I
is.
think I mentioned it before, but since you brought it up again, that is something that I do believe that the JLP and Andrew Holness was doing some electioneering with some of the stuff them always saw coming up to the election, which every party do it unless you're not a sense. But I think he was very careful because him could have did say, yeah man, we have a surplus, whatever. I could just run with it again. And I didn't really see that. So even when I hear they come out and say, oh, all the $20,000 them bought them I give back to taxpayer, then electioneering money and a campaigning money, and I'm like, it could have worse. Because
Hmm.
we have seen it where a former minister of finance, when he was warned that no, you can't do this, him say you can't stay there. I have an election to win. So just run with it. We didn't see that. But I feel like fourth term is loading. Based on what I'm seeing, and I do the math. In 5 years' time, the leader of the opposition is going to be 65. Andrew is going to be 58. That is going to have Mark Golden in opposition for 10 years. And incumbency, I think, on both sides is a bad thing. That's one of the reasons why Siaga never come back to government, because he was in the political wilderness as opposition leader for too long. And if you realize what happened, because history is there to show us, Bruce never did I get the break. He was very competent to be the party leader, and him never get, and him go farm MDM and realize, boy, them not really matter. So him just go back over. And what happened? We saw he became the prime minister. So I feel like PMP is setting up themselves because, and again, this is why I said to you a while ago, when you said the party should like own up to some stuff, we still even have the gas people them the name. What did I extract the gas from South Africa for? Traffic Gura.
Hmm.
And every time I hear, because I used to have several conversations with Shaka about this, and they keep on saying, but it did not cost the government nothing. It didn't cost taxpayer money, taxpayer nothing. And I'm like, no, corruption spell around one way.
Corruption or
Whether
corruption.
it cost the country, yes or no, corruption is corruption.
Yeah, no,
And
a
that is
hundred
one of the
percent.
reasons why PMP hate Paula Llewellyn, because, and I may I say again, it was unfounded because she was only representing the Dutch government because they had to have somebody representing them. So her place is just like when my man did say from the IC, where it's just a conduit. So she was just passing through information. She never take it upon herself and say, me I send nobody to prison, whatever. But PMP hate her for that because she was representing the Dutch. Because that is something where them not be honest with her and say, boy, you wrong. When we ask Portia, say, what go on with the money, what Portia did say, go ask the party. Because I can tell you, the sharing up of the money, who account did get money in a Portia never did get none of the money.
Hmm.
So even when it's alleged that money was sent back, trust me, so that's why some of our letter did write because money run and who forget never get and all of these kind of things. But as me say, when I talk to PNP and when I hear them even bring it up, what them say, that did not cost the government, cost the taxpayer anything. So we should just turn a blind eye, which I think is wrong. If you are the one calling corruption, 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 it's just like me, which I'm not, but let me just use it. If I am a pedophile, me can't come on TV and thing and a bun out man where I there with 14-year-old. You get what I mean? I say? When it's known that I am guilty of the same thing. So what you saw a while ago, I think it's interesting if maybe this will help them, if them come out and own up to all of the stuff them where it's not
But
serious.
they have to try something different though. They can't
Yeah,
try the same thing.
but
They definitely can't try the
where
same
I
thing.
was going with this though, I'm saying is I think Mark should have make case and step down. And again, I
But
see,
who
and I
who
was
who
gonna
go
ask
who
you
go
if you want to
who going?
address V, because she say no well thinking Jamaican should want the current PMP to lead. We
I
are
ain't
still
saying.
I still see the PMP splintered and fraction, if you ask me, because as you just alluded to, we still have the staunch people them will support Peter David Phillips.
But I can't see how, to be honest, I can't see how. I can't
Uh,
see. Well, maybe
there
me
is
sound like I problem.
minimum
Me sound like
for
me one of them to don't.
hmm?
Me sound like me one of problem them too. We're still fractured. Come me can't.
So you know what happened? Because I think Mayor talk about this off here. I
Uh-huh.
really believe that Peter did pass him time to become the prime minister. Like Portia staying too long.
Me tell you, I sabotage when sabotage portion. In couldn't me tell you, say you have people. You see,
Why you
at
think
the
them?
end of the day, no.
Why you said that before? Because there's something else, a factor that you're well aware of. I don't know why you overlook it.
Why them sabotage portion?
Portia was getting ill. She overstayed
Yeah.
her time.
Well, I think she man,
Even
she
when
never
she
my
ran
mama P never
2016
my mama
election,
P never overstay her time.
me I tell her this, brethren, because me not gonna call her name, but I'm telling you, and I've seen it. Remember, me used to do news for TVJ.
Yeah,
They
and that's
were
something never know so
hiding
she's
her from the public because the diagnostic came out. They know
yeah
that
man.
she was
I
falling ill.
understand I understand that, right? But think about it, DP. And that's why I'm saying them don't have no them so greedy for power. Man, somehow we as a man, we're so greedy for power. If that was the situation,
Mhm.
right? You don't think the waiting game would have worked in them favor?
If
If him did support her and get behind her to and leave the house business there alone, and as
mm,
the finance minister, push push this push the accomplishment of the government and tell people, hey, thank you. We've been through it. No, we're poised to take off. Well, obviously Portia couldn't finish the term.
no, but what may I say is I see him parallel may I draw right now. That if Mark decides to hold on for the next 5 years and run again, I think that is more dangerous to the PMP chances of forming the next government.
I don't know. But the thing is, one of the thing, couple of things. How with with Bruce
Mm.
and with other people, we have a thing where sometimes we say, give this person a chance. We see this person for this amount of time. Let's give this person a chance to see what him can do. Him stay night for such time, make we see what him can
So
do. I'm gonna tell you, if
you were the one PMP say, and again, this is just PMP playbook.
Mhm.
Isn't Mark the first president that lost in a face defeat and still holding on? Apart from
Yeah,
Michael Manley.
yeah. But that are one of the things that are one of the things too, is that I think a drive have to take place where you're showing that it's different. We can't keep doing the same things. Not because it was there's this historical context or whatever it is mean. If we
You're right.
continue to do
I
that, you're
agree.
going to be in the wilderness. You
Mm.
have to take approaches different. Yes, you face the election and you lose. But at the end of the day, think about the wins, learn from your mistakes, and see how you can improve the next time. And I think Andrew going in a fourth term, you're going to find people with fatigue. Even though it may be do good, you're going to have some people genuinely just tired of it.
Mm.
Then you might have some people tired of Mark too, but and then you're going to have some people say, give him a chance. And to be honest, if them come and them prove themselves to be a formidable, let me not twist my tongue tonight, a good opposition
Mm-hmm. Formidable.
that people can, yes. Sometimes, my chat fair when
No,
my
that's
tongue
all
start
right.
twist for me.
It happened to me.
Them be a solid opposition and present themselves as a good alternative to the government. People, they might swing some younger voters because at the end of the day, the base will get older, right? 5 years, then we're going to lose some support
Yep.
due to God calling people home, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if them can prove themselves, strengthen them internal organization, get some solid candidates running some of them seats, with them early, so them can do the groundwork, throw support behind them and stuff like that. Them can turn it around. Them need to maintain this 28 where them have, and they need what, five, four,
Well, I
four,
can tell you,
four,
Akeem,
four. for to win. So
Most of my prediction them not wrong. I think the only time I've been wrong was with Anne Marie.
yeah, man. So I could make this be a second. We need a second on it.
But may I tell you this? Mark will never be a prime minister of Jamaica.
We'll see. I hope me personally hope him stay on. Because at the end of
And
the day, I don't know if me see.
let
I don't know if me see
me
next.
show you. Well, let me show you again because sometimes
And who you would recommend? Who you would recommend?
Sometime some stuff will happen shows what is to come. The person I may have in mind, which I think would be a better and a more, people that more rally around him, in kind of in the same position as Mark. Because remember that this is not something that Mark wanted. He was pushed into this. So even when PMP did try to rebrand him and I say talk patwa and try talk down like whatever, because I don't know if I shared it with you. When Mark Golding was the justice minister, every time me hear me in a parliament, me say yes, that man you have prime ministerial, whatever. Yeah. But then when them rebrand him and I try and make him sound like him is from the trenches, and I'm like, no, them take off some holy ratings where you have some people are looking and say, we don't need you for sound that way there. But I think he was playing. So somebody where me think of it, which I think can unite the parties, are Julian. And I think Julian would have stand a better chance in the next general election if him get the presidency from now and do all of the going work, because this would have given 4 or 5 years for coalesce around one leader and amen. But something else when me hasten for say this, because I feel like me go forget it. When I look at a Labour right and a PMP, I know this is straight politics me attack. Because I hear you like when people attack politics and about me not attack politics?
No,
I do it all the while and I'm like,
we can't do that. If I talk politics, talk politics
straight
and
politics me I say no. I think JLP have a softer forgiving heart than comrades. And this thing a come from way back with PJ. Because remember, say Peter Phillips should I get it from PJ, get it. And them say, no, man, we have to do a winning slogan and then come with woman time now, because it was black man time with PJ and then woman time now. And from them time, the Peter Phillips people them wanted Peter Phillips to be the president of the party. And that is the overstay something I may tell about with Portia.
Solid as a rock.
Huh?
Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock, exactly. You understand? So my thing is, and this is why the fraction is just spilling over and over and over, because you still have people all enough from the two side of the fence. Well, not the fence, the two side, where it's like them. I like some family member, where no matter what, you just have off that uncle or that side and not talk to that because of what? Because maybe some deadlift never share up. You get me? I try to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we saw it where, because again, remember say Vaz was one of the leading person supporting Ardley Shaw with the presidency runoff with Shaw and thing,
Young Turks.
Aye. And but what? After the election done and Andrew came out on top, it was even if I pretend, we saw a more united JLP than the last couple of times them when we I see this. Again, and you know it. You know the history.
Yeah, but winning fix all things doing now.
When he challenged Peter Phillips was like less than a year before the election was called.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't not enough time for you.
But do you think? So let me ask you: if you think they had put on a face, right, and Peter Bunting won, do you think he stood a better chance than Peter Phillips?
If Peter did win,
yeah, if
Peter did win. Bunting did win.
The runoff. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Because for one, you know, say Bunting have him back it if he have him money. Again, like I more see a leader in Peter Bunting than I see in a Mark Golding. That is just my.
In terms of appearance, we can see that have him. I think he lost it after that election. We don't know him. Him did have a.
You said the shine rub off?
Yeah, him did have an aura about him. I don't know if I think him lose it
No.
somewhere
What?
somehow.
No. What affect Peter and take away his glory was Rhoda. It wasn't losing to because again, me just tell you them say I say remember, anyhow Peter did win him seats against Rhoda. We wouldn't have a Mark. We wouldn't be discussing Mark Golden right now.
Right.
Because based on how he set up, it would have been Peter Bunting time after
Right.
Philip decided to step aside. So we
Right.
wouldn't have again, I think that would have see like people that because their PNP would just not like Mark Golden. Blazer said it last week. There are PNP who don't want to see Mark Golden as a prime minister.
But at the end of the day, I think you're going to have sides, and everybody going to have their preference. And as you say, JLP suffer for being, but winning fix a lot of stuff, is it? And winning mask a lot
Yes,
of
man.
stuff. And if tomorrow Andrew lose an election, they're going to be a split, right? Because him going to resign, and then you're going to have Tufton, and then you're going to have the Tufton opposers.
Yeah,
You
but like
might see
you
that
said,
fraction.
this is just something where this is my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I think
Mhm.
that the JLP have a way of, even if we want to say it's a masking of their true whatever, it look, and again, me and you talk about this over and over. Like anytime the party to the populace, if you not look to Jamaican like on a United, we
Yeah.
never win.
100%. 100%.
But JLP show
100%.
that. So when I hear him again, me nah stop calling him Shaka Fame. I say, you know think they United? You know, say this is somebody come out and say that, and then that one that's clearly they're not communicating and attacking.
Yeah, man. But
No.
you see,
We
but,
are not
but
seeing the infight. We not see the
right.
dirty look and the dirty face them pan
But
thing.
them are
But
win.
everybody know.
Them are win.
Check
Them
it
winning
again.
BP.
The last four before this, which I think is the same. Or maybe let me ask you this first. Which of the VP now was from one unit, one PMP?
Garvey,
Huh?
Mikhail. Garvey and Mikhail.
Mikhail. Okay. So before them.
Donna, Mikhail.
Was from one?
Yeah.
But all of the big guys wasn't Dayton from Rise?
Yeah.
And some other position. So it's like
So it was a 2-2. I think it was a 2-2 split at one point.
mm-hmm. But for the
So
most part, PMPC where all of the big position them or whatever for have is like Rise are put in. So it's like a two-party in
no,
one.
so you have to do that. Like
You put in for your people.
no, but you have to secure leadership.
Yeah, but this is why
So-
I'm saying to you, this is why and I said it, I don't know if I can recall. May I say, yes, Andrew, I go up against the media, Andrew, I go up against the PMP, but at two PMP, Andrew did I go up against.
Right, but if you look on the JLP and stuff like that, you always have to make concession. And as me say, the winning fix and mask a lot of stuff, and that's perfectly fine. PMPD always have them things. Look when during the couple of years where PMP ran when them they win with Peter Phillips and stuff like that. Yeah, no matter what think about a problem. It's just that it come out in the election time when Peter say, all right, you don't want to go, now take you out. Right? So I think that was the politics game of it. Like as I said, then they try to get Lawrence Rowe after Lawrence Rowe like a Senate seat and stuff like that. They always make concession. And you see happening at the JLP with Lupan Tom Tavares and not Tom, the son, Christian, and Christian and Seavright. Right? That is potential fee, but you have the power.
But even that's what I say again, and the face of it. Because at the other day, I learned the history behind that. Remember, say Adabdu, not Yembo Adabdu. What the MP name where Seavright get him seat?
Samuda.
A Samuda right off the father thing there, So that the bitterness that
political career.
Yes. Yeah. So that is why Samuda never want Christian forget the seat. Because I feel like why my father never do it when we're going to take over now. And so but to me, that was a 45 years bitter blood That was just there, but it never did obvious to we until when the whole step down something now did figure
And
on.
I think Tom Tavares did support Andrew, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
And
And then some other support Shaw.
right.
Yeah.
So you still see them something, but as we say, winning you can fix things.
So
You
as
have
we
powers
say,
where you can boss a man pan a
yeah,
ambassador
man, we
role.
understand. And I
You
agree
know?
and I agree with her at this point. That has something and it may sound trivial, but even with this, may I never discuss it. I wanted to discuss it last week, but you weren't here. So I'm apologizing for him, people. Last week him never. But this whole thing where the PMP made this big bamboo fire because Mark, the opposition leader, wrote to the prime minister saying, "Let's sit down and talk." And the prime minister say, "Go talk to the minister who was in charge of the constitutional thing." What was it? Let me ask her a question first. What was your take on that? Because I like the narrative of PMP did a push.
Um, if it was an initial meeting, and to be honest, like if Mark took what you call it now, a shadow ministry,
She say a
you
smart man.
can't take the shadow ministry and then
Say you're not
try,
talk to the minister who have the
talk to
portfolio.
the minister we have responsibility for the portfolio. Now, at the end of the day, we know how important the leaders, the role the leaders are going to play in ensuring this is successful, whether especially at the referendum level,
Mm-hmm.
with whatever have to face the people in a referendum, any decision that have to face the people in a referendum, it won't. I don't think it will be successful if we don't get buy-in from the two parties.
And I don't think, to be honest, I don't think neither of the party want a referendum.
Well, don't one of the something that deeply entrenched. Really, I think you would have to send it to referendum for the
No, man. You mean for move away from the monarchy?
yeah, one party now have to go to a
None of it
referendum.
don't have to go. What it requires is
Oh.
agreement of both the prime minister and the leader of the opposition. None of it don't have to go for referendum. None of it.
Let me try research it real quick.
Yeah, man, you can. But my thing is, as we say, I don't believe that somebody who is not of our, want to be careful with my choice of words. You can fill in the blank. Should negotiate or talk or represent us moving away. Because to me, I feel like Mark don't want us to move away. So him say one thing and make it sound like he's for it, but his action proves something else. Like maybe like it might just be one impediment in the way for we moving away. So I'm gonna use which they're using now, and I ask a question and nobody can tell me what percentage of Jamaicans really need to go, even if CCJ is our final appellate court. What percentage I got? So this whole court thing. So last week, other viewers that he was answering the question and he said that remember say AJ Nicholson and PJ set up the CCJ. So that is
Also,
the
you have to go
only
to a referendum, DP.
which part I forgot to a referendum.
The removing the king as the head of state. So then pass the bill with a two-third majority, and then submit the change to the Jamaican people in a referendum.
Well, me I forgot to do my own research because me and that me pick up
Yeah, me know one part the deeply entrenched. We have to
because
go.
I
We have to
know
go for referendum.
that is Brett, trust me, do some more research, man. There's one part of it, and that, I think that is if they can come to an agreement,
No, I
then go
think
to
you
the
can
referendum.
get example, the and that's why I think you have to do it in a certain amount of time before, if you want it to get done by a certain time, because certain time have to pass, like 1 6 month, 12 months, or something like that have to pass. There's a part, the part where deeply entrenched, I think you have to go to a referendum.
As me say, we split here and that because based on what me I listen to, and that is the part because I remember, um, the plan was to do the removal from the monarch in the first phase, and then the second phase now we finalize on the final appellate court. And that is where it seems as if the consensus or the agreement couldn't be had because Mark is of the mindset that listen, no, It has to be. Remember, me I discussed this at the thing when they asked him to submit members for the committee. He was saying that no, them need to know them I got talk about first, and you were supporting it, and I'm like, no. If the discussion is constitutional reform, blah 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 blah, whatever, that is what it's about. So you should already know all our communites. So I think it was just an excuse when he was saying, oh, they need to know exactly what they're talking about before and can name nobody. And again, that is my eye opener to say this man don't have no interest with we moving away. And every step of the way, I see where him just proved to be a stumbling block for make it happen.
So
That is my opinion.
if to be so historically, and that's why it hasn't gone anywhere ever since, is that the two parties them have some issues where them fundamentally disagree. Example.
See,
No,
that is what that's the
the
understanding of
court,
it. Like
the
the court situation, that's the part that has to go. The government can take that to a referendum if they can't come to a consensus. Trust me,
no,
man,
the
do some more
so
research.
no, me promise you, me we can bet some
So
on
you're
this.
saying if a morning Anjo and Mark agree upon everything, them still going have to go to a
Yeah,
referendum?
yeah.
And as me say, remember we have this discussion because Mark is saying that member good bro. Remember, and I was questioning it, me I say, oh Mark want
So
Portmore to go to a referendum.
Barbados didn't entrench the
No, they didn't
monarchy,
let them have that in a them
right?
constitution.
Jamaica entrenched theirs.
Bro, me I tell you, man, they don't have to. If they agree on everything, there's no referendum that is needed. Trust me, Akeem, you gotta come back and tell me.
No, me, all of my readings right now are
History
showing
has
me
taught us
say,
that Marky British wasted all his time in the last parliamentary term on the constitutional reform, 100%. Actually, me not have me tired and all of that, but me I go do some research because as me say,
yeah,
me
man.
listen to a lot of people and even they and think because I said that's what it takes. It takes the two, and I like me started out by saying I don't think neither of them want it, and we hear the discussion because there's this other island that they may reference, which they were saying something, and then when they put it to the people, and the people them said no. So even if we go to a referendum, then still have to get the agreement because
And that is
it would be
why,
a waste.
because it going to be on a political line.
Right. Right.
It going to be on a political line. The referendum going to be expected to be on a political line. But
Which
as we
was
say,
Anthony
the
Hilton and Donna Scott from the committee after they agreed the current phrase. So this is
so
what we and Akim don't like when me say it, and somebody else, I don't remember who. But this is what happened is when them go to him and tell him, say, yo, bro, God, want move the clause where say you can have dual citizenship and turn prime minister. And him said, do not sign a backside. And when he met the speech, boy, you can't have one foot in a Jamaica and one in the British backyard and stuff. Which at the time somebody said, Simone, where is Simone? Last week Simone said in 2 foot them made have in a Britain same way. So yeah, I
the
keep we're not going to
my
agree. That's
my
Mark
again
has
my
proven.
issue, the CCJ right now has been the hold up for the longest time since I think.
So answer me this: since there's a PMP,
Mhm.
why the PMP is adamant that the final appellate court has to be the CCJ?
Versus what, Jamaica?
Well, so this is something me hear Simon say I may agree with him because I think the first time Jamaica learned of the prime minister intention was during
Debates.
the debates. And in fairness, because again, me say me don't know the man, like, and I'm a friend or nothing. Me feel same they just answer that on the fly when him say Jamaica have them own court. What I've been saying all these years, which you know this, Hakeem, because you're a very intelligent person. The Trinidad, they house the CCJ, but them still the Privy Council is still their final appellate court. So when I hear Mark Golden say, and you have other people on radio saying it too, you can't move away from the monarch and still have them as a final court. And I'm like, that is foolishness. Because there's nothing say you cannot do it. But PNP is adamant to say no. It has to be, and this is the part where I say Mark is just playing his marbles, because the fact to say we cannot discuss nothing else, we can't do no other phase unless this is finalized. So, argument I hear from PNPs to say is because I can't trust Andrew. That's why Uno no want to say yes. And me are like, oh, Jamaica would lose Akeem, and maybe you can help me with this. So what happened? Say they went ahead last term and we moved away from the monarch, and then PMP did win. It's like it's a one move, then couldn't go and say, all right, so let me ask it an easier way. So because Trinidad did not move away from the Privy Council, they still have it. They cannot change that again, ever. I don't know if you understand the question.
Mm-mm.
You understand it?
No.
I'm asking if there's any possibility where Trinidad can choose to move away from the Privy Council as the final appellate court.
Yeah.
So the question is, can this be done in phases? So say Mark no agree, but we did about the final court and we went through the process to move away from the monarch. Is it that because it have everything have to do in a one thing? So from we say move everything now in stone and can't change again. So the PMP can come and say, well, let us make the CCJ our final appellate court.
Yeah, I think again, it has been a fundamental lock for years before Andrew and all of that. I think the next issue, I think it was really two big issues. It was the court and the role of the president.
Yes, that is because I think that to me that have more weight than even the maybe I become one criminal. So
Yeah, they must speak to access to court and kind of like, so from a social justice perspective, maybe ease a few bit closer or cheaper
But
or
me, I say,
whatever
me
it
think
is
the
in that
two
grand
thing is
scheme of
moving away
things.
because me now forgot bridging. The night I was listening, because me did a work and having my earpiece, and I listened the whole thing of Barbados, and me I tell you, there was this sense of pride as a fellow Caribbean man. Me I say, yes, finally, them going on a court and hear no God save no damn queen no more. And me did feel elated, me not lie. And I'm like, yes. So when me hear everybody blow up now and I say, yes, we want this for Jamaica and thing and trust me,
So
yeah.
so Max then with where you currently sit,
Mhm.
you would want the final court to be kept in England, or you would want it to be the CCJ? How you feel about it
So
personally?
what me I learn now, because like I said, last week, we had and see even Visa a while ago, CCJ is PJ's legacy. I don't want us to go to CCJ if there's some political link to it. And that is the vibe of me I get. Where it's like if we say if Andrew say yes, the CCJ is the PMP winning. I don't think this should be a PMP or a JLP thing. So I hear Ricardo Brooks say it on Nationwide earlier this evening. I have been saying this. Put it to the people. So make the people decide what they want. I don't want it to be a JLP thing or a PNP thing. That is where I sit. But again, I don't have this focus on the final court. Like me, I say, I bought into Andrew's suggestion or the previous committee to say, let's do this phase by phase. The first phase is to do the work to move away from the monarchy. So we don't have, but again, we know where this come from. You have a lot
I
of
think
things out
everything
there
I think everything I think everything should go to the people, personally. I
Zin,
mean, I
but
think
me I
the
say,
I don't want the
meeting.
parliament do nothing for me. Discuss
But you
nothing
already
for me.
mix up part about this. You already mix up part about this. And it's in Dan Anderson poll. Every time in poll, the last poll when him asked the question if we should move away from Britain, 55% of the respondents said no. And which party them old people support?
The PNP.
PNP. So me finally, it's like me don't know if it's a misnomer, me don't know what, because the party where I say yes, let's push whatever. But when them talk, because I've heard callers say no, we should not move from Britain. And me I say from me learn say. My mother were born before independence. If she want to go to England, she have to go get visa. Me I say, what are we doing with this? What we are all on to? And then I learned that it's not them want hold on pan week, we don't make them rich already. Them done reach out with banana with sugar cane and whatever, blah, blah. They don't mind. Them just now go say, all right, go on about the business and kick way. which they can if they want. You understand? So from a learn that
Mm-hmm.
I may say, why are we still holding on to England when, as me say, my mother, because I am of the opinion that everybody were born before independence is still British subject. So they shouldn't need no visa for go visit them mother yard. It should be an open invite, open welcome at any point. So I want us to move away from it. But this whole thing where Mark Golding it and the PMP is tying the court to the move from the mark. So that means, and I may say, Diane has been striding from day one. Diane say she not think Diane Jackson, that is, we're not gonna move away from Britain in her lifetime. We're not gonna witness it. And that is what I think Mark is actually making sure. And again, there's too much
So why?
similarity.
So why? So why? So why is it blaming one person versus the next when the two people have been then just fundamentally different?
But me just explain that to you. I started out by saying when the
They
question
differ
was
on
asked
four.
about the final court in the first time I heard Andrew Oles, Prime Minister Andrew Oles, wishes is just in August the other day when him
Right, but
said,
we've been asking, but people have been asking for years.
yeah,
What
but
was the
but
position of the JLP?
here why it's kind of not make sense because before it was even a discussion what we're getting and this is why me I say me feel like me now go side with the PMP. What I've been getting from ever since is that PMP is adamant that when we move it no we must move and it must be the CCJ. And that is all about what we just say, PJ and AJ Nicholson legacy. So me no owe them man they nothing way because them want something it have to be that. So before you even have a
So
negotiation,
so do you look at it from a social justice perspective that this court is somewhat more accessible? Or you don't buy the argument that
no, I mean by the
the
accessible
CCJ
argument.
the CCJ is
And
more
again,
accessible.
when I find that I agree with some PMP, me wonder. Remember the late Valerie Nita?
Yeah.
Yes. She was adamant. So when I even hear Bert Samuel bring up this whole thing about him don't want a white man for which again, these are the conflicts of me here. Come here, some people have pushed some argument about white man court and white, but these people support the white man Mark Golden. So we're saying move away from the white court. Don't make one white man be a judge, but make one white man be your leader, your ruler. It's conflicting and conflicting. Conflicting. You get what me I say?
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing where, and again, because maybe I'm ignorant, but I'm like, me not say why would I need forgot. But Valerie was saying when Bert was talking about him and why we can't trust our own for decide our fate, why we have to go to the white man for play. And Valerie said, listen, as far as I'm concerned, law don't have no color. And she cited several cases that she took. She was one of them where straight down the line where Mark end up a follow some people and don't know nothing. And I said, oh, you shouldn't have your final court where you again you need visa figure. Did Sean Storm Campbell got a visa to go to the Privy Council last year?
Mm-hmm.
Did Cartel got a visa? So why PMP still a tell that blatant lie? Say you need a visa to go to your final court. And it's expensive. And that is
Well,
not
if
true.
if if you're to go, you need a visa.
But you don't
The
have to.
lawyer need a visa.
Yeah, but me I say you don't have to go. And even with that, oh, I learned it because of the whole cartel case made me learn this. Remember say all the DPP they just gonna sit down, because of the England judge them, I mean lawyer them at them talk.
For the most part.
Yeah. So and again, no with technology. So what may I say is if
But
we
so
are
you
to
so you
change
think
the
so you
whole
think so you,
law,
so you say it's not cheap? You say it's not expensive?
no, me not say expensive, but me and say even in a Jamaica, from you catching a trouble, it's expensive.
But which one do you think is more accessible?
So you're even the accessible. Remember, say if you get appeal, you have to write and seek permission.
Right.
You
But
know.
even so, which one is more accessible?
But me not see it as no difference. That is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
I
Okay.
don't see no difference in it.
Okay.
That is my point. But then I say why the focus is so much on because maybe this is what I'm saying, Akeem. I have separated the issue in my head. I do not link the moving away from the monarch has to be tied to the final appellate court. And I
So
have bought into
so
the model that they had proposed, the previous committee, to say phase one, we are going to deal with moving away. So we are going to do all of the groundwork. Phase two is we're going to decide on where we are going to do the court thing. Phase three is what kind of president we're going to have, one ceremonial or whatever. And all right, with that, let's take off
so
small
so
thing
what so
because
what
this
so
is
what
it.
about me? What about me? We want the CCJ in more go the CCJ.
And that
What
is why
about
me
me? We
ask
want
you,
go the
me not sure
CCJ.
if you did answer. Somebody answered in the comment. I'm asking, why is it that the PMP want the CCJ so much?
Because for me, I think it's more accessible for the people. From a social justice perspective, I think it's more
But so,
accessible
so
for the
do you
people.
link it? Because that may I say, I have separate
Yeah,
rules and segregate.
for me, it's all together. I believe, say, if you
Okay.
you move all together.
So it's good to say, yeah, actually, I ask you a question straight up now, blunt.
Mhm.
So you prefer us remain under England if we're not moving to the CCJ?
No, more will move all together.
No, me hear what you say, oh, we doing, but me, I say, but that is the stalemate. Because what I'm getting from Mark Golan and the PMP is if we don't get what we want, we're going to make sure that nothing that
So who can get what they want then?
obviously nobody now get what they want. So that may I say,
So
oh, is that beneficiary to Jamaica?
so
If
an idea,
PMP
but
is
and so what?
adamant
All
to
right, so
say,
why?
hold
All right,
on,
so
Akeem,
why?
if PMP is
Okay.
adamant to say, don't let no movement nothing take place if we're not moving to the CCJ, that mean uno willing to keep us under England.
Right. So why you know say why Andrew let's move to the CCJ so we can move from under England.
Because obviously you're not listen to me. Because I tell you, say, I have separated it. I've
No,
segregated.
but may I say, all right, since that is the stalemate, where one person want a partial approach or a phased approach, and one person want a comprehensive
Let me
approach.
show something else in here. Because I think everything you can be a one thing, you know.
But you see, it still come back to politics.
But
It
hold
still
on, now,
come
hear
back
me
to
and say,
right
Akim,
now we
listen
split
to
down with
me.
party lines.
Maybe you can correct me.
Okay.
And this is why I see Mark as a troublemaker.
Mm.
Because the discussion and the agreement have to take place before the actual event. So the fact that you're going to say we are not going to hold a conversation, because even the other day, you know, the foolishness of mere PMP, they talk about, oh, this is the people I'm bringing even salary. The justice minister not get nowhere near the opposition leader. We're talking about the opposition leader, the president of the People's Party, and and me I say
Yeah,
all of
but
that.
you see, the things that people are say sometimes not really
But
bear
so
no
it come
too
back
much
to the
weight,
point that I'm
no
saying no,
really bear too
Akeem.
much weight with
If
me.
Mark is making sure not even a conversation is being had, it clearly mean him don't want to move, because it's not like if him say, all right, let's have the conversation. Like the man I say, if me now get the CCG, not even a conversation, me now want to have.
Yeah, well,
And
them
that is
did
why
them.
the Prime Minister made an appeal at his swearing in to say, Mark, let us sit down and come together and make it happen.
That's DP. That's just all politics. That's all. You see, the fundamental thing is
No,
we
you
all
missed the
know.
point in Akeem. That's why I
No,
asked the question. No, I am
me get
saying,
a point.
why is it that Mark is not even willing to have a conversation? Like me tell you again, let's go back to history. When he was asked to name committee members, him say, me one not about first.
Right.
And I think that predicate that set up on the back to say, if we're not talking about moving to the CCJ, he's not willing to talk about nothing at all. And you just saw a while ago. You agreed to when me asked to say, so if we're not moving to the CCJ, stay under British ruling.
So why not? You see again, as me say, you see the stalemate. Mayor right now, currently, have a stalemate
Yes,
because
because
you buy
separate it
into.
and segregate it,
No,
but
it's not a separate. It's not a separation. You're not separate, not DP.
is
No, no. Straight down them going no. You pick this. You prefer the approach of the Anglo government, and me prefer the approach of the
all
PMP.
right. Let's throw something else in there,
And
because I was asking if I
this is
couldn't
where the
hear
divide
somebody on
is.
the radio ask the question.
Mhm.
Why PMP see one choice, but there are other people that see three?
We mean three.
Privy Council, CCJ, or Jamaica setting up them own final court. So it's
That's
still
a good
option.
question.
Huh?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But that no one new
No,
that no
it's
one
not because
new.
come on, man. You're not listening to me, Akeem.
No,
You
but
tell us, say,
that no
me,
one
I
new.
don't believe, said the Prime Minister just throw the answer there because I in the debate. Because him never did say nothing for the last 3-4 years, but
But
whatever.
again, so now that showing a new piece in a puzzle where they
Good.
have to go work out now the conversations now.
But Akeem, but this is
Akeem,
what
why
I'm
you want us to
saying.
be CCJ in
Mark
a
has
different
been, and the
country?
PMP has been saying it has to be the CCJ.
And it has been always been that for years, DP. That
And
net tell us say
and
we have
again, so
been
I
at
am
this
saying, so
stalemate.
we have
So
three
who is
options.
going to win?
So we have three options, and you still not answer me. Via everybody
Mm-hmm.
else telling me in the comment, I say, because the CCJ is the PMP legacy. Somebody did
Mm-hmm.
say AJ Nicholson last week too. Why we have the option of staying with the Privy Council, moving away from Britain, moving away from Britain, go to CCJ, moving away from Britain, setting up our own court. Why the
So
PMP and Mark Golan is saying we cannot move from Britain if we don't go to the CCJ.
so now we can, and that's factually incorrect. V, if you bring up V last comment, that's factually incorrect.
No,
Don't never really, they never agree. They never agree.
final
It was
court in
a
Jamaica, we
conversation.
set it up.
But
We're still
so
being at the Privy while still being at the Privy Council.
so make we have the conversation now. Now again, Andrew throwing a new thing where we
All
can have the conversation about Jamaica
I went to
and the
US.
CCJ. We are come out of Britain. Either way, we are take me don't want left nothing back. Me don't want left nothing behind. I don't want to leave anything behind.
But Akeem again, and this is what I say it's a
Okay,
stalemate,
but
but
tell us, so we there was still me.
thinking, yeah, but it's the thinking of PNP, which may I say at that meeting that
But
more
but you have the thinking at the JLPDP.
huh?
Me tell you, you need to accept it right now. You have the may have the thinking of the PNP and you have the thinking of the JLP.
Yeah. But what me I say is you and me wish because the first part of the program you did have on your Jamaica hat, but no, you go straight and you put on your PMP hat and you take it off.
No, but you see, why you gonna tell me say me have on? But you maybe have on your political hat now.
Because this is what I'm saying. And V said something a while ago, which I wasn't even thinking about. When the CCJ did set up, members say they were still for setting up the CCJ, they still had to be at the Privy Council. So this is what I say, Akeem, we can move away from Britain and still do the groundwork to decide if we need to set up our own court
No, we
of
want
appeal
full,
in Jamaica.
we want full, and this is my position. I'm gonna change it. We want full, we want full movement. No partial, no piecemeal, nothing. No half-assing of anything.
And as me
Full, full or nothing. So
you
me,
know,
let me state my position clear. Full or nothing.
hold on. Before you state, more answer this. You know what that sound like to me?
What's that?
If you're in a one job and say just for argument's sake, you were what the term human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
You go in at that and say are you and three of your brother them. You get a way out where you can go so boom and come back, come save them. And you say, no, if four are winner left, none are winner left. So no stay night and suffer. We can also lighten it to the Maroons, which I don't really like them. But if everybody couldn't left off of the plantation, everybody if stay up on the plantation, that is the vibe I'm getting from you. So
And again,
stay in
however you
slavery, then some people can make a move, or in this case, it's not that some people can make a move. We can move away from having the heads. Yo, Akeem, when me tell people this, I know I'm not really discuss that with nobody, but when me tell people say, yeah, I'm from Jamaica and we're colonized by the British and but we need a visa, and American laugh off of me feel bad because why are we still holding on to the monarch? And why is it that the PMP is saying
but DP, you
we
confuse me
prefer
though. Yeah,
stay
you
under
really
the monarch if we
yeah
cannot
stress
go to the CCJ?
yeah stress me out. Yeah, stress me out. But
And
right now, you have to tell me one thing. You have to tell me one thing with one mouth, and you have to tell me something with the next.
go
You
on.
have you want to move from England, but you now pressure the man them to take up the CC, take up the final court too. Why we are whole about you have a problem with we needing a visa for visit. but you don't have a problem with
No,
even,
no,
let's
no,
say,
no.
the lawyers.
Not a problem I have, It's
Oh,
stupid. I am saying, why
so
are we
why,
still holding
so
on?
why logical? So why
Why are
logical
we
then?
still holding on to
Yeah,
our
no.
enslavers?
Oh Jesus, that's stress me out, DP.
That is
That's
what I'm
stress me out.
saying. Where even if you want, because all right, Jamaica,
Gary, can give me a shot of rum? DP
the
has stressed me out.
British own England own Jamaica, right?
Uh,
That is what I'm saying. Why if
but
somebody will still
so
own it?
my thing, DP, why in a push the same effort? Why in a push that we leg off our slave
See
master
the answer
court?
there. Because the enslavers' descendants stalling the process, saying that everything should be done at once, even though they agree to be doing it done in phases. Yes, they did. Yes, I
Nobody
agree
never,
with that too. They did agree to do it in
nobody
phases.
never agree upon a phased approach. That was a propose. That was
Oh, okay. What's the
proposed.
proposal?
Never agreed.
Wouldn't having the final court in Jamaica be more accessible? I like that, V. Yeah, since
And
you have
again,
heard that, Akeem, more
let's
accessible.
have that let's have that conversation now.
Okay, all right, cool.
Let's have that conversation
But
now.
guess what?
But
But guess what?
me don't want
Again,
to
Akeem,
piecemeal. Me don't want to
sorry if I
piecemeal
repeat myself,
approach.
but I think it's more significant to move away from the monarch.
DP,
So you
DP,
want to mention more land?
you just really hold on for the labor talking point because
Uh,
you really want to you want to left the CCJ now, but because the government no want left no want take up everything and move. Yes, say boy, bossy say we have to do it peace, so we left the CCJ
no,
for
boss.
last.
No. Because again, may I tell you, say, just September, August, Andrew mentioned, say, setting up our own court. And
So
we
where
said it
did it
earlier,
before? Where
which is
did it
true.
before?
Even if we're setting up our own court, we still need to stay with the privy. Because you not hear from me, I say, yes, stay with the privy. Did you hear that from me to say, yes, we must stay with the privy council?
So why you not say we must do it one time?
Because me not think it makes it, I think it's harder to do that way. That is what I'm
I see
saying.
him. Oh, you mean it's harder for do?
All
I
right.
see him
You never answered
energy,
my
big
question I
man.
asked previously.
People I see
Why
him
you can't wait till we know? Since all right, let's put it this way.
It's a way to
Just
win.
being mischievous when they mentioned setting up our own court, because I think it would be extremely expensive and take even longer than moving to the CCJ. That is my opinion. But why uno no wait till when uno win the next election, then uno move
You know,
to
so we now win.
oh, so uno believe so uno now win. So now say
You
me
tell
make
me
it
so you tell me so we now win. So me now
we
take no
don't have
chance.
any. Akeem, we can get republic status without having the privy council.
Valentina, you know, you remember, say, Mom, me say we left one time. Everything me pack up and carry in the bag.
So here me
Me
I
not
try
left
prevent
nothing
from
behind me.
saying, Akeem, here me I try prevent from saying, and this is why I think, if I want it for that something, that I got happen. If Uno did farm the government, the JLP could be dictating to Uno say, Uno have to do this, and Uno have to do that.
But then did I do it before? Let me tell you,
No,
we
that
just
me ask.
fundamental.
No,
Listen, matter, we fundamentally differ. I mean, don't know how we can get over it, and that's why I'm saying
What I'm
we can hold on for the
asking,
white man.
Akeem,
We hold on for
my question is, if
Charlie.
September 3rd
Uh-huh.
was the fortune, PMP had better fortunes and farm the thing, would it be right for Andrew Owens to be saying no, we want our own court, so let's stay under the British monarch until we get to own court? Would that be right?
With something that requires 2/3 majority and a referendum, we have to have consensus. So no matter, to me, it's not no matter right or wrong. It's a matter say you have to find a middle ground where everybody can come together and say, all right, this is the approach. Because it's going to split the referendum, going to split down party lines.
Well, may I tell you this? Me I go get my grave saying it. Mark don't want us to move from Britain, and I just say
But I
start
don't think Andrew
everything.
want to move neither. Andrew
Every,
want keep the court over there.
no,
And because them
no.
pressure, I mean,
You just said two separate stuff a while ago. Because if Angela want we move, because
Andrew
me
now
I tell you
move.
this, the only reason why we haven't advanced is because of Mark being an impediment.
No. That's a false statement.
Why
Because
is it having the final court?
Andrew can tomorrow say, hey guys, make a move. Let's go to the CCJ. We're going to go to the CCJ and we're going to move. And we're done.
Wow. Hakeem, why you want it to be the CCJ and not our own court?
You
Uh,
know, the CCJ
why
can sit
why take from England and put in other country
mom,
against
mom account.
that mean Jamaican?
Oh,
No.
no good? No, I'm not saying that. I didn't say I wouldn't support Jamaica being the final court. I'm
Yeah,
saying
but the
let's have
party
that
leader, that is
conversation.
his premise. Him not factor in that none at all. In fact, me know
They say the reason why is it would take longer because the CCJ established and we helped to set up the CCJ.
it would take longer
Hello,
and take more money.
hello,
That's
mom at mom account right now for me. Move me out of the CCJ and may have a conversation about Jamaica being the final appellate court and the CCJ.
well, as me say, and I think I find it very instructive where the people them want push this. Let's move away from the white man actually supporting a white man to be or wanted a white man to be them prime minister, and having a white man as them party leader, and having so much faith and confidence
So
in
then I still then so
it's
Edward Siaga
confusing
was a
and
black man.
conflicting.
Siaga was a black man.
We not gonna say I got dead and gone. May his soul rest in.
Hmm.
Before Bakra Master um
Bustaman to the black.
Police Scott, Manley, and Hilton, they agreed. Then Bakra
Busta
come.
never black. I remember Bustamante, he serve you well.
Stand up.
Stand up for.
You know his song though? Mine our labor right and I quiet, you know.
No man, he's a student of the
Stalemate
politics.
is PMP don't want to give up Jamaica's people to choose their final.
One thing DP have the labor at the moment enough though. I like that.
If it's not
Tap up the super chat.
let me apologize to my TikTok people. My phone battery did dead, so sorry. But anyway, Akim, what you want to say finally? Cause me not keep you.
Finally, gave a bedtime now.
I turn no habit now. 3 hours, 9 to 12. Oh, so I work this. Andrew, send me check.
Send me 2 pence. People, it's really good sitting and chit chatting with y'all. Like, really happy for Valentina and Mama Count and the Isaacs or whatever it is. You know, no- spirited conversation. We all have the same mission to get a great Jamaica. Where we all can, live, enjoy, work, and play, raise our families, and the people can get opportunity and achieve upward social mobility. And for me as a Portlander, um, we want to see Portland grow, we want to see Portland develop. Not just be a playground for the rich and famous, but for opportunities for those that are from there that look like me and DP. And at the end of the day, we are Jamaica. We differ in terms of the vehicle we use to get us to where we want Jamaica to be. And some people see the JLP as the vehicle to bring us there. And some people like myself see the PMP as the vehicle to get there. But at the end of the day, I think deep in all of our hearts, we all want the best for Jamaica. So, we keep at it, we keep championing the cause. We keep holding these politicians to account, PMP and JLP, and we keep doing it, man. We keep doing it, and it's a blessing that we can still have platforms like these where we can share our views, and while they differ, we can still be respectful. We can still have fun. We can still call truth by its right name, or we can still speak our truth, because truth is often a relative and subjective matter. But otherwise, from that, people, peace out, keep supporting this, help the channel to grow, share it with somebody. Make them come join in and cuss me. And, and we can have fun together and reason. We're gonna have to touch some different topics soon. Cause DP is a man normally touch upon some lifestyle thing and
Mhm.
life different now with marriage and all them stuff. And all of that, some global conflicts too. You know,
Mhm.
if DP follow the global
Yeah, man,
conflicts
we
that
are
come
follow
to
them.
like, yeah, so so something can get to talk to and hear y'all views on it too,
Mhm.
Alrighty.
But more you check back that thing, Akeem can see DP, why PMP afraid of the referendum. As far as I'm concerned, I think Mark is saying no, him no want a referendum, but and that's me Jack suppose like so why want a referendum on Portmore, which that don't affect all of Jamaica. So
Yeah, then if you send the final appellate court to a referendum. I mean, I agree with that with them said
and Andrew
send it
cannot
to a
just
referendum.
let's go to the CCJ. The JLP doesn't have consensus and that it has been said. Yeah. I heard that on radio. Yep. I heard that on Power where they're saying the reason why we never really hear nothing is because in the JLP itself, them not have unity pan that whole moving thing either. So
So you see, people are just saying, oh, we all have a country now. We all, I must say, with every single Jack soul.
Akeem is
I
not
think,
about white or black. It's all about Jamaica, not other country.
girl, come hand, a black.
Una like una white leader, man. Can you remind una Jesus
Man,
come to save us.
right.
Akeem,
That's on topic for next night. Nobody start me up because the whole weekend with that black and white Jesus business.
why you did that us?
My wife get up in the morning.
Eh.
I'm just start ramble off from my Sabbath. And sometimes I really, sometimes I get frustrated and the boss have to hold some conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him, say, boy, you really look like in white for true.
No, God has no color.
Eh?
God
Now
has
when you
no
have,
color.
so have favorites.
Not really. It's just that
DP, we can't stop fighting for that.
we feel for understand that most of the time it seems like evil more powerful than good, So
But they say, Satan
as,
never win.
as again
Satan is a loser man all the time.
well, our mindset something that.
See, so I'm telling you, say. So,
But
right,
no, you know
here,
what? No, cause me can't make a thing. Me a church man. You see, when you judge, it depends on where you judge because we have been taught that you may suffer and hurt, but if you suffer for a good cause, then your reward is in heaven. You may
yes,
have thought you may tread the earth as a
DP,
conqueror, but
my father better watch this. Please don't watch this
it's
today.
better if no, but you see, it come back to what I talk about. You see, would I prefer
Oh,
we move away
Jesus.
than and know say we're free than stick to whatever. So, and I've learned this, bro. And you see it. You have some people where them have all the riches, and then when we see like all the president I ramble about him not get a Nobel Prize thing, and I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be one of the richest man.
No,
Like
DP,
you just
that's
want to
scripted. That's scripted, my friend. That's scripted.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
that don't pay that on because if you realize who then give it to and the conversation after that, but that's a fun different
Yeah.
conversation.
Let me just say, like when me
But
hear the rant at the beginning, and I'm like, you see,
yeah,
there's some
nah,
people like
it's
greed
still
is a hell of a thing because the more you get, the more you want. So again, and I'm being serious about this. I wouldn't say I'm rich, but at the end of the day, I'm not suffering. You know what I mean? I say I'm not facing eviction or worried about what gonna happen tomorrow. Like I have this discussion last night with a couple of my close friends, and I'm like, not even at Jamaica, I've never gone to the supermarket, Akeem, and have my basket and had to take out stuff. Because for one, I've always started to think about living within my means.
yeah.
So me there in America, I could be driving a 2026 car. Am I doing that? No, because me no want to think what a backside if me lose my job. How long me I have that car then I'm a driver. You get what me I say? So you have people
I
who
mean, you gotta
not
be like me, sell the Maserati boy.
yeah, some people choose not to live within their means and them just
Mhm.
uncomfortable. So, but no man, me get where I
But
say
you know,
sometime.
sometimes I have sometimes I have some frank conversation with God, yeah,
Nothing
and I'm
wrong with
going
that.
to
Nothing wrong with that.
to
I mean, I say
gospel, you know.
you should, but
Yeah, man, me Africa's my tell him say boy, big man. Me can't bother for wait alone. Me can't bother for wait for God even forget
they that
my partner
wait
dry
on
now.
the Lord
Mm-mm,
shall renew
mm-mm.
their strength. They shall
No,
rise up with wings like
boss
eagles.
me, I know, boss me, I know me G, boss me.
They'll be run and that way. No. You see, and now me have to link that back to politics because when I hear some discussion, Akeem, back in the day, how much 20-year-old, or 30-year-old who have house and car and all of them something there?
That was on the rich people pitney.
Right. And I'm saying I've seen where things have changed and people are making more money now, but me still hear that get rich mentality something there and where must say, oh, and you not care about the young people. And I'm like, I think you're very ambitious if you want to be 25 and own your first house. Like, yeah.
That got come with some sacrifice and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Which a lot of young people are not willing to do that,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
but you blame everything. But no, man, as me say, I understand what I say. I've been there and there have times when I just feel like things should be easier.
I might have some time when we look past some, let's say, father, listen to me now. I have to work out something, because this can't work. Yeah, boy, an idea, that's just the thing. I'm gonna tell people all the time. My father have some serious conversation back in the days. I'm telling him, so I can't join you not tell him, so I'm not question God,
Yeah.
'Cause if me can't play the blind something, I have to question ask him and get my own satisfaction.
So
And
no question.
I'm married.
I mean,
Huh?
no question mark.
Me have to question him sometimes, man.
You know no
All
question
him get
mark.
that at them.
Mark have
Me have a
white
question.
privilege. Mark do anything with Mark want do.
Hey. Nobody that
Like how
Nobody.
what you call him name Lawrence. Then I set the thing where you can't get challenged within certain time. So
Oh, Marky.
mm.
PMP knows that them. PMP knows that them. Peter
So
Phillips
hold on.
team that will
Final
come
mix
after
up
them.
now. Final mix up your party business. Andrew really make you not have no conference this year?
Yeah, man. Then what in that have conference and go say?
They have 28.
VP.
No, bro. Maybe we
You
listen to you.
think
Me hear people are gloat about this 28. I swear it's how them win the election.
yeah, man. As I say, it's something to be proud about. But you're not there in politics to be opposition. Man,
Man,
that's so soft.
so
That's so
they're
soft.
more,
That's so
they're more
long.
rigorous now and they'll be
Me
holding
say, that's so long face on that stage there.
no, first and foremost, somebody need to go. That you have to say. Nobody need to go. Me not ask. And of course, it's politics that them talk about all the crowd. Because say, JLP, them are pull out
Mad.
the stop now, November, to make them, yeah. So, but me can't believe Andrew actually retired two presidents, beat three,
Mhm.
cause them finna have no conference this year.
Peter Phillips, man. Peter Phillips, man.
What happened to Peter Phillips?
I can't stand him, boy.
But the man come out the other day and talk big fool, so
Put the pot.
people
So,
can't
me not even gonna be upset tonight.
if them
DP.
don't like.
Let me go prepare for go. The people I'm working at the morning.
But one block and put it down till they can start bill. No, the young people are not do that. Them young people I want everything. Like when you have instant coffee, they don't mind them out drive all one car from them in a 9th grade. Not even know if drive.
Me not glorify no struggles we do. If tomorrow morning wake up and me not have to work again. Me?
That mean I buy a lot of man.
What do you mean?
Okay, see? I'm not waste my money
And
then.
you see, at them conversation that me have with the big man upstairs. Me as a boss man. Me as a boss man. My father Tyler labor in the vineyard for you all in years, I preach and I baptize soul and I bring them over to you. So you don't think a full time now for little something wanna drop on head. If you not drop it on female head, drop it on my shoulder, no, man.
God has better plans for you.
See?
Because you said one said power corrupt. So
test me.
maybe
Test me, Jesus. But test me broke this,
Maybe if you did have all you want, you wouldn't even have time for it. I remember call some name and show some. Remember, say me get all Senator Marlon Morgan when before he turned senator, And the man turned senator, and I must say one time.
Where's the DP? More get the thing, more the bus me from the big laptop. So you want to link me, me there Jamaica number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, me have me DP Lifestyle Studio. I'm in my studio. Me set up, I see me have my headphone. I have to
You
use my
don't have not time
earpods.
for me. I can't stay there.
But DP, me not have nothing else to do. After my
Oh,
golfing in the
I get you.
morning,
I get
after
you.
my golfing in the morning and
Go play some
relax and
golf.
eat. Yeah, relax and come home, go to the gym, workout, come back. That's
Akeem,
all
how
we.
time for you now? 7 o'clock?
No, 9 o'clock,
All right,
9:12.
now
I
I got
come
my
bed
bed here.
9:30.
So
Yes,
next
I
week
have
again
15
we'll
minutes in
find
a
for
bed.
other something to talk about.
All right, no problem, my friend. We'll link up. Have
But
a
I
good
think
night,
you learned
y'all.
something tonight, right? That Mr. Bell did not invest millions into Boston
Why
Beach.
you give me your Valentina take me on night, you know. Valentina, go to bed. Go to
Oh,
bed.
yes, God bless you with that mindset.
For
Akeem,
want, Valentina, you blame me for want? My God.
anything. You see, this is why I say me do a movie program, but then people are not easy because
This one,
how long
anything
do
you
they
don't work,
chat from
you
9 o'clock and I know
this
more and
what?
got my bed.
Anything, what mom say, anything you don't work for,
Anything you don't work
miss,
for won't
me
serve you.
almost 30, and me I work from me about 2.5. I
Well,
crash my father
again,
truck when me at 3.
let me use Akeem way of thinking. Mark not do not well if I work, you know, Mark nice serious in life.
See,
And Mark
that
rich
means it.
long time before he even
So,
go in a
see,
politics.
all not say, a mark get a favoritism from upstairs. Me I try get somebody to. Mark pre-ask more any room, any side of room in pray from. And if you just tell me something, I can go pray
Hold
from,
on,
start
hold on,
pray
hold
from
on,
the
hold
side
on.
there.
No. So you see your Mikey program. So you really think so God give Mark riches?
Well, he's
Don't
saying give all things, you know.
don't answer that. It sounds like you wouldn't be one of those that would go broke after winning the lottery. No, man, no, you can't broke. Right now, making one talk. You think say Akeem poor? Can't stay there. You wanna follow Akeem here? Akeem, young man, I understand now. Akeem, see you
My
next week.
young my friend, me just a work long time.
I'm gonna
So me
play
look old.
Mr. Bell voice again.
Yeah,
So
man. So we
yeah,
touch base next week, DP. Me
yeah, man.
go get ready. Cool.
You look wife
Take
for me.
care. Yeah, man,
Cool.
will do.
Going out with Mr. Bell, showing that he has got favors from friends, but him one of the biggest one them want to talk about.
Who put in a proposal
About nepotism and cronyism and
coming up. And that's why I don't tell you everything about Boston Beach. But what I will tell you is that when I took over Boston Beach, nobody else wanted it. And that can be proven that the only person who put in a proposal to manage Boston Beach when the government was begging is 3 times them advertised it in the Gleaner, you know. 3 times it was advertised in the Gleaner. And the only person who submitted a proposal for it was Colin Bell. Because you know why? The road did forgot at the time was in a deplorable condition. Because we are talking about 2015. Yeah? My lease at Boston Beach started 2016. Same year when GLP win. That is when my lease started. No road never there go out there. And I tell you one more thing. The beach at Boston Beach was a stony beach. Nobody never wanted it. It is a surf beach, so it's rough more times than not. Nobody never wanted it. I was on my way from Alberta in Canada. Had a layover at Pearson International Airport in Toronto. Sit down in a chair, cock up my foot on my bag and doze off. When a mutual friend of the organization and me call me and say, Colin, need somebody to manage the place, man. We know you have the ability. And I say, all right. I call me accountant, same time from the airport, say get a Gleaner for me. And when I forward 60 odd pages what a proposal. The day when they said they're opening the proposal, the person who accompanied me and myself, we were the only person with the Almighty God in our midst, nobody else. So all I wanted come take it. God, God give me it. Yeah? So no sit down with no bad mind self. I no grudgeful self. I no envy yourself. Sit down and envy me. A bad mind me. A grudge me. And somehow no, me forgive you because you don't even know. Somehow you don't even know a Boston Beach there. Where I talk. You just a follow politics. Yeah, I know I don't owe them no explanation. But for those who have been misled and them say ignorance of the law no mean you're innocent. So those who have been allowed themselves to mislead on a bad mind too. But the day will come when I go and get for cuss on you. But because the matter is before the court right now, what I will say to you all, come to Boston Beach, come enjoy yourself. Come to one of the
And make sure you have your $500 to pay to enter, if you're a Jamaican or not. But like I said, I find it interesting where his party leader is saying they're going to give back the beaches to the people, but he's saying that God give him the beach. So I guess God was at that, and I think I said TPD come up, maybe it was UDC. I don't remember which one of them now. Maybe God was at one of those organizations that gave him the beach, so he has all right to stay on it and don't come off. And again, you should hear his take on Dr. Tufton, the whole friend thing. But him said own words that is a friend call him, mutual friend of him and the organization. Somebody said earlier, no, is an enemy call him. When they pick the battle and when they're like trying to take out to avoid out of people's eyes, they make your admission. A friend tell us if you apply, a friend gear the beach. Yeah. After the government spend money 2.2 million on each beaches and renovate them, and your friend tell us if you apply and you get it. January. Them thinking that PMP would have win the election. So happened that JLP won the election the February. And as much as you're on Mr. Vaz and the Prime Minister every day, you have been on Boston Beach for the last 9 years. But JLP is the wickedest and Vaz this and them want it, the beach and your oldness. But again, conflicting because you want a party leader say, him want hand over back a beach to the people. Somebody had said earlier that no individual shouldn't be running no government beach. But man say all who want the beach bad mind want people to have the public to have access and go on their beach when they feel like we don't have to pay. So let's look out for court. What happened in the court. And then we'll move on from there. Again, let me say thanks, although I'm still appealing for you guys to subscribe to the channel, because every week I get my analysis where not even a quarter of those of you who watch the show subscribe to the channel. It's very easy to do. That little bell something there, hit it. It will notify you when I'm on. And I'm here every Monday night, 9 o'clock. I was planning on shifting, but I prefer it this way. Start early, and if we go late, then that's it. But I was saying, let's start 10, but no. So it's going to be 9, even when we have the time change in November. It's still going to be 9. Then it will be 9 for Jamaica. So I figure we'll have more viewers because 8 o'clock kind of early. But thanks again for the love and the support. And you see, like this evening, for the most part, me and Akeem was just holding a vibe. But I know I'm to Blazer. Blazer is supposed to be here, but I saw it go. So please, 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 I want you guys to help me grow the channel. And I'm asking for you to help me to get at least 2,000 by the end of the year. I would really want more than that. So we start 2026, God's willing, with more. But them say beggars aren't choosers. So that's all me ask. If you're watching the video, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit that 2,000 mark. I know we can do it. Again, I apologize for those who was watching on TikTok and you got cut off. Was I on Facebook tonight? I don't know if I was. I didn't check. But until next week, my name is Damian Phillips. You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, formerly now X, um, TikTok. Yeah, just look me up. All right, can be good. Please be careful.
DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah.